my God! Welcome back to this is the first edition actually of a new. It's the first edition of a new season.
First edition.
First. You know what I'm trying to say, listeners. You guys know what we're trying to say. I've been drinking shivers, but the point of the conversation
With the shivers in the system, ain't no telling how.
The point of the conversation is that we are back. We are absolutely back. Zero Conditions podcast is back, and I'm so happy to be back in this chair.
Not pushing agenda again, are you?
I have never been pushing an agenda, but yes, guys. Shout out to everyone who sent us messages, texting us, asking us when are you coming back, dragging us as usual. I love the fact that when we decide to take breaks, you guys force us out of retirement. And, Tonani...
And you go retire at 32.
Tonani... Oh, so he wants to be demoing to you, rest in peace, Abi.
No.
Like AOT that is like pushing 50 and still in the streets.
I just want to, since we're all coming out, it was recently the day we're celebrating the boy child. I want to just say that, what's her name?
Melody.
Who is a bastion of femininity in Nigeria, is once again pushing ageism towards the man. This shows you the lopsided way.
Well, did you celebrate Father's Day this year?
Yes, I did.
Where did you post it?
We are back.
Where did you post it?
Oh, God, can you let me finish?
Where did you post it?
Where? On social media.
Continue.
Oh, my God. We are back. Zero Conditions is back. Melody and Motolani is in the building. Excel has retired.
Finish your intro first.
Yeah. The podcast is back. But yes, Excel has retired. He found God. But Motolani is still on the street. And you guys have forced two people out of retirement. And we are back. So much has been happening in Afrobeat. Somebody has to talk about it.
Before we get there.
Yeah.
This episode was brought to you by who?
It's obvious who it was brought to. You can see how I am. You know who brought it already. Because why in heaven's name is Melody doing an intro because of Shivas? In what world am I doing an intro?
Tell to Shiva's confidence.
I swear to God.
XV.
But yeah, it's so nice to be back. And we've got AOT2, Afrobeat legend.
I'm just an intern. Thank you very much.
And Motolani is also back. Motolani Alake.
Alake, please.
Whatever. Pronounce your name yourself. That's not my job.
Wow.
Don't emotionally give
Why are
me
you so
job to
violent,
do.
Melody? It's
Miss
just
pronouncing
me.
somebody's name again. I'm
It's
triggered.
me.
I'm triggered.
Whatever.
I'm triggered.
Like, me,
Your mental health is affected.
what's the next thing you are going to do? Misgendering?
Guys, Afrobeat has been misgendered though.
By who?
By the Axis. See, they're not in Afrobeat again. Those are the people you're supposed to be fighting against.
I think that's the title of this episode.
Afrobeat has been
Misgendering
misgendered.
of Afrobeat.
Bro. Afrobeat legend, what's going on?
What has been happening, please?
So let's start with the misgendering of Afrobeat.
Okay, by who?
By the Afrobeat artists.
You have to give me examples.
I will most definitely.
Okay.
So there's so much to catch up on. First off, some Afrobeat artists have been saying that they do not do Afrobeat. I saw an interview that Fireboy said, I don't do Afrobeat.
So what does he do?
He said he does
Afro life.
But on that interview, he didn't say Afro Life. He said he does different things, but he said I don't do Afrobeat.
An interview before then, he said it was like Afro High Life or Afro Life. So
Okay, so yes. Then also we had
Afro life since 2019.
is that a branch of Deeper Life? Is Kumuyi investing in Afrobeats now?
You know, Kumuyi, they have TVs now, so it's very possible.
And maybe they want to start singing in Deeper Life now.
Branching out.
Okay.
Then we also
It's the
saw
season.
the conversation that took over social media of Whiskey talking about the same Afrobeat thing, saying
Baba Bolu.
Baba Bolu.
I will love of
But
Afrobeat.
generally, there's been a conversation, an Afrobeat artist coming and say they don't do Afrobeats,
Yeah.
that they do other things. So
Wow.
then they go on to drop songs. Fireboy has a new song titled Every Day. What genre is that?
It's Afro High Life now.
But what's going on?
The person named me Pikin Tunde, you will call him Tunde for him now.
Do you understand? Let me be Bona.
Don't be, yeah.
Well,
I don't
AOT.
even sing.
So the issue here is we have to dial back a bit. Sorry.
That's why we brought you here. please.
Small history. So
We love the history.
we all know contemporary pop music in Nigeria for our generation. Popularly started really kickstarted in 1998, even though there were traces way back in the early 90s, late 80s anyway. And it all continued into the 2000s, then the second decade of the 2000s. All of a sudden in London, which is a diaspora hotbed for Nigerians and Ghanaians.
Afrobeats Mecca.
Thank you, Afrobeats Mecca. That's where they signed the paper for Afrobeats. the word Afrobeat came about, it's closely associated with our Ghanaian brother,
Yeah.
DJ Abrante.
Yep.
He
AOT,
initially,
don't allow people to hear you say that though.
If you
Some
can-
people refute that.
if
That
you
he was
can
the
come
one.
up with evidence, but we'd have done archaeology. We've
This is the
entered the
legend.
pyramid.
Afrobeat
I
archaeology.
don't understand. This is the legend.
If you can give
Legend.
me, because we've all looked at it, if you can give me somebody who was associated with the name before
He did it.
Abrante,
Yeah.
I'll say
Then
yes.
I will listen to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Abrante did it. He had a radio show, and it was called Afrobeats with Abrante.
Yeah.
Shortly after that, The Guardian UK did a piece on West African pop music, Wizkid, Ice Prince, Sarkodie and the likes, and they called it Afrobeats. That same year also, DJC told me that there was a concert called the Afrobeats concert. The first time a concert was being called Afrobeats concert. P-Square headlined, Wizkid headlined. You can check it on YouTube, right? And we in Nigeria, when we heard Afrobeats, we were like,
You guys fought against it, by the way.
yeah, I was like, sorry, what's Afrobeats with that S? Where's the S coming from?
Fela is the only one we know.
And I remember the Kuti family even saying that this thing will cause confusion down the line.
He did.
That Yeni Kuti actually said it, that look, people are going
That's
to
why.
they're going to misgender this thing.
Misgender.
And we can see that today some so-called Afrobeat experts will come and say, Afrobeat. And I'm like, sorry, what are you talking about? Is it the Fela genre or the pop music genre? But while we're still struggling with it, then that now came the success. Started hearing Ojelegba remix popping. If, For, Ye, Johnny,
Techno.
Techno, everybody. What's this guy's name that's in America? That really had the first.
Ayo.
Who really had the first Afrobeat record to
Gold
blow in
record.
America.
Globally.
Yeah.
Is he American?
Yeah, maybe he's an American citizen. I don't know, but he has.
I never really. It's very interesting because I know some things about him.
He was in
really
Nigeria for
too
a
much
bit.
about him.
Ayosona was managing.
Yeah,
then
I
moved
remember.
to moved back to America.
That song was a huge song, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At the time, that song
It's
was
a gold record.
At
I
that
think it's
time-
going to be platinum soon.
at the time that song was popping. IOJ could enter any club in New York before Davido or Wizkid.
Yeah.
As
because
a
they
back
knew
then,
him.
because he was that huge back
Yeah.
there. So when the success now came, people were like, okay, this Afrobeats that is not our name, but if like say they open
It's going
doors.
to lead us to somewhere.
Yeah. Now we have some certain frontier or pioneers or frontline artists who are saying, hold up. Now, to be fair to Burna Boy and Davido, as far back as 16, 17, they said it. We are doing Afrofusion, which to me is the simplistic definition of Afrobeats. You fusing genres together.
Yeah.
But that's another story.
We're going to go to that story.
Now-
Afrobeat and Afrofusion. The same.
You now look at a Fireboy who says he's doing Afro High Life.
Afro Life.
For Afro Life. Sometimes I question if our artists know music history. Because I know it's short. If you know music history, I want to believe that his life, the life he's talking about is taken from High Life. There's nothing more African or Nigerian than High Life. That is an indigenous genre of music. There's hip life in Ghana, or there was hip life, until they slapped them too and said you answer Afrobeats, which is a mixture of hip hop and high life.
They crept them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fireboy's one is interesting. And maybe it was a niche for himself. I don't get. Wizkid, I just believe, maybe it's the after effect of him not winning R&B. Him not winning.
AOT.
No, this is factual now. Maybe it's just like, if I was really tagged as an R&B artist, Essence would have had a shot at the Grammys and not been pigeonholed into Africa and the
The
rest
question
of the
is,
tour.
what category did they submit the song for?
Bruh, you and I know the things that. So
Yeah.
I also feel that maybe Wiz is looking for, okay, let me just stay up the honestness. My next project is dropping. I have to do something.
Yeah.
And he did it. Which is surprising because the record that everybody's expecting from Wizkid is even not Afrobeats, it's Akpala. It's modern Akpala.
You go know.
So when you say you're not
yeah.
Afrobeats again, I don't understand. Is it you saying, I don't fuck with this culture anymore, or let me just be with R&B? I don't get his own. Maybe there's an identity crisis happening somewhere.
Tony, what you
Can
say?
I win?
Yeah.
First is
Stop
first.
stepping on me. Push it.
There are two reasons why Afrobeats became. I don't think it's a genre. I think it's more a movement and an umbrella
Culture.
term.
Yeah. Obiasika said it, that it's more of a culture.
I think it's more of a culture movement and an umbrella term.
Afrobeat with the
And
S.
the reason, Afrobeats.
yes.
And the reason why it's like that is, if you are going to export any sound, and when I say any sound, except the sound has a unique genre identifier
And has a strong footing.
and has a strong footing, you are not going to go anywhere. Now, what is a genre? A genre is a sound, an easily recognizable sound with an easily recognizable DNA in patterns, percussion, sound progression,
Vocal
chord
delivery,
progression,
everything.
vocal delivery, everything. What determines the genre of a song? The beat, the topic, the way the person delivers the topic. That's why a song can be trap because of the drummer, because of the percussion.
Yep.
It can be mumble rap because of the way the person is saying
delivery of it.
It can be emo or cloud rap, the way for what the person is actually saying. Now, a lot of Nigerian artists, before we got to this rejection of Afrobeats, AOT Melody, you can testify to this. The number one problem that we had was everybody wanted to create a genre.
Yes.
We had that problem for a long
And it's not
time.
even our
Has it
generation.
stopped?
It has been
It has
around.
been
Always
age
been,
old.
everybody wants to
Do
be
you
a
understand?
pioneer. Yeah.
Now, there are 4 pioneers that I know in Nigerian music, as far as I'm concerned. There are 3 pioneers. No, actually 2 that I know. 1, Fela
Fela.
Nicola Pokutu. 2, Sikiru Ayinde Barrister.
Barista.
Do you understand? I know those 2 because the sound that they created have a rich history.
What sound did they create?
Fela Nicola Pokutu with Afrobeats. Sikiru Ayinde Barrister with Fuji music. Fuji music originated from Were and Azan, things that were popular to Kwara and Ibadan. You know,
From
people
the
say
music-
Allah
from the
Muslim
Muslim
culture.
community.
Allah, like if you listen, there's a reason why Fuji music is more peculiar to Islam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yoruba
all the
Muslims.
Yoruba Muslims. Everybody that we know that does Fuji is a Yoruba. The superstars is a Yoruba.
Yoruba
The
Muslim.
person's a Yoruba Muslim. Now, the
What about
problem-
other genres like them, Juju?
Juju? I personally wouldn't know the origin story, but I know some of the proponents. Some of the proponents, someone that really changed the sound of Juju was Shino Peters.
What about Akbala?
Shino Mania and Akpala as well.
So not
right?
just two
But
Akpala
the
was,
but
I think
it wasn't Musili Aruna. It wasn't Aruna
You know,
Shola.
Shola?
It wasn't.
He wasn't, because I know
was-
he
it was
had
someone
people
before
before
that.
him.
Yeah.
What about
it was
those
someone
guys?
before
The
that.
name that has and the brothers.
No.
Oriental Brothers.
Oriental Brothers. No, that's
No.
that's High Life.
No, not those
That's
ones.
the one
Not
highlight.
those ones. Continue, but I'll figure it out.
So like that's Akpala was the music, was the sound of the elites. It was rich people
So
music.
Akbala, Juju,
Akpala,
Fuji,
Juju,
and
Fuji.
Afrobeat.
Now, if you listen to Akpala, you know this is a genre. Nothing sounds like it. If you listen to Fuji, even when by late 90s, when, like, you know, remember when we interviewed Clarence Peters and he said there was this 69-91 era or 79-91 era of Fuji, where there were 2 intersecting eras of Fuji, and the sounds were entirely different. When Kwamwon was mixing Fuji with EDM, he was mixing Fuji with pop music, and everybody, it was Americanized. Puff Daddy became
Puff Daddy.
Pasuma
Sorry,
became African,
African
Puff
Puff
Daddy. Shanko Rashidi became African Little Bow Wow. Do you understand? And the sounds were changing in real time. People were rapping on those types of sounds. When Musili Aruna Shola did a remix of My Dear Kini Shetok, he had a rap verse. When Dele Ojo wanted to do a remix of Abao, he had a rap verse.
yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, so even when those sounds were changing, the DNA remained
Core
the same.
elements.
The core elements remain the same. Now, the problem with Afrobeats artists is when they now wanted to create a genre, you could see the lack of education. You can't create a genre. You can't just slap a name on something and say you create a genre. If you want to create a genre, you have to actually create a sound.
You must be
Like,
well versed in music.
You have to be well versed in music. And let's be honest, AOT, right now, it would take a genuinely great artist to create sound.
Yeah.
Music has kind of picked.
You have to be a musician.
You have to be
understand
a
it.
genuinely great artist to create genre. Genre is not just I can put a name on it. It's not a name.
You can't slap.
You
the
can't
name on
slap,
it.
like all of you were just creating sounds that had existed. You are slapping names on them. Like you can't. It's not the name. It's the sound. It's the DNA that you are that the genre is. Now, Afrobeat artists now, when that one didn't enter, like you had Burna saying that he was the originator of Afrofusion. I don't even know what that means. Are you the originator of the word, or are you the originator of the sound?
He popularized the word.
I don't even think he popularized the word. Do you know why he didn't popularize
Guys,
the word? Lagbaja in the late 90s.
In modern Afrobeats.
Black Magic called it Afrobeats before he did.
Afrofusion.
I mean, Afrofusion before he did.
And I hear you, but I'm saying that did Burna Boy make Afrofusion a word? Wait, sorry. Let me land now. The labeling of a genre, Afrofusion, the Burna Boy popularized it and put it at the forefront when it comes to modern Afrobeat conversation.
There is the part of sorry guys that I'm talking a lot. There is the part
No, you're
of
not.
some oh?
No, you're not.
Okay. There is the part of someone creating a sound and I mean creating the most it became the most popular artist that was calling his sound Afrofusion.
So he popularized
And
the sound.
incidentally, yes,
Popularized
he
the
crossed
name.
over with the sound.
Yes,
but
we'll give her that one.
Yes, he did.
but the one thing that I also want to point out about that is, if you are going to say you are making a genre, you created a genre, like people were arguing sometime with me on Twitter that he didn't say that he created Afrofusion.
Yes, did he say he created?
He said it.
He said no. He said my music is Afrofusion. Did he say I created Afrofusion?
He said
I think I remember-
created
I
it.
can
I watched.
remember.
I still the cut is still on my Twitter. I will find it for you. He said my sound is Afrofusion.
Fusion.
I created it. You can't create.
No, I think he meant
Afrofusion.
I coined. I think what he was trying to say
No,
is
no,
that
no,
I
no.
popularized-
He said I created it.
Okay, fine. But he did popularize the name Afrofusion.
Maybe
Hey.
that's
Yes.
arguable, but it's okay. I can give him that.
It's fine.
Now,
Yes.
the other part is Afrofusion is not a set genre. It's not a set sound.
It's a philosophy.
It's a philosophy.
approach to how
It's
you
an
make
approach to making music. It's fusion of African sound
yeah.
with foreign element, with any elements. Basically.
Elements, yes.
Do you understand? African sounds have a unique DNA, which is the percussion. There is no percussion in the world that sounds like African music. Like everybody in the world, if you hear African music, you know it's African music. You might not know it's Fuji or Juju or Amapiano or Coupe de Kale, but you know that this thing is uniquely African. The DNA is African because of the percussion and the arrangement and the progression. Now, the reason why we couldn't export the music as all of these things is because we're exporting to a different audience that is not an African audience. And the audience that we're exporting to is an audience that they don't understand or care. What they are going to call it is African music. Even till now, they still call it African
Africa is a
music.
country now.
Africa is a country.
Yes, it
Do
is.
you understand? Like, do you know how rich our music is? In Nigeria alone, we have like 40 genres that me alone I know.
Yes.
About 40. In my hometown, in my parents' home state, which is Ekiti State, I know about 10 genres of music that sound different. Do you understand? Like, if you want to now, I can't be explaining that to a white person and be telling them, oh, this is Akpiri, this is Ilodole, this is... Like, the guy cannot process it. I can't tell you, especially when the sounds sound the same to him. There's a reason why they can distinguish between Amapiano and everything, because Amapiano is a set genre.
Long drums and all that.
It's a set. It has a unique DNA.
Okay, guys.
You understand? No. So part of the reasons why... So even reggaeton that you're calling reggaeton, I listened to an episode, I said it several times, on Popcast, where what we call reggaeton Latin pop, there are different names.
Even the Amapiano we do in Nigeria and what we do in South Africa, they are totally different.
Do you understand? There
How
are
is the
different
different strain
names.
to what
different
they
sta-
have?
There are different names. So, but because you have to export it, you need to put a thing on it and then there's a fire on it so that it's going to be easy for people to be able to export and understand it. That's why it happened. Like that's why the AOT2 or SAGs, they rejected the Afrobeat genre because at the time everybody was looking at it, this is a disservice. But part of the reasons why the sound has been successful is because there's an umbrella term that people can associate.
And that's why
export.
a lot of articles that came out, even to today, Fela is mentioned. Because
Yeah.
Fela is the lowest hanging fruit for any white
White
man.
person.
No,
Yes.
yeah, I know Nigeria.
And yeah, Fela.
Fela Kuti.
Yeah.
That's all they know. So you have to write Fela Kuti there.
Yeah.
Okay, but guys, on the conversation where Tolani mentioned that there are two distinct genres that were made out of Nigeria, when you mentioned
I
Afrobeat.
said that
They have
Like,
founders,
that
known
you-
founders.
Yeah, you know known founders. What about Akpala? What about Juju?
Those are more of communal things because music can be created by an individual or created by a community during a set period of time where people are experimenting with music. So I think those ones were more of communal discoveries than saying one man did one thing or
one man, created.
If you know the
this.
story of Fela, you know that
He started-
he started with jazz. Jazz didn't work for him. He tried high life. Ghanaian guys were kicking his ass. He went to America. Hunger caught him. And out of that frustration, he created Afrobeat.
But is that as a result of poor documentation? Like
In
that,
terms of what?
Like in terms of like
I
the
won't
other genres that we do not know, we do not necessarily know who
that's what he's
pioneered
saying.
it.
That's what he's saying. like for example, in my father's hometown of Ikorokiti, there are different sounds. Like in the home where my father is from, there's a sound that's come from there. They have a sound, literally. Now, those things were created off. They were taken off like sounds like Akpiri, that's like the sound of the town. Do you understand? Like a twist of that sound. So it's very hard for you to say someone created it, especially when the person that sat down to maybe carve out the thing never really put his name on it.
Exactly. So
Do you
that's
understand?
documentation.
So it's very possible. It might be documentation, or it could be something that we just walked into, because human existence. Who discovered lithium ion? Like, okay, maybe we know that, but who was the first person that made half shoe?
Because you wear half shoes.
So you know that African history is oral history.
Yeah.
So it's hard for us to say we're
Say,
documenting.
yeah.
But I can bet you, if you go on the internet and you do your research, you will see a lot of answers to a lot of questions you have about
Yeah.
Because I know that for the Akpala sound, there's an Ayinla.
Ayinla
Omowura.
And yeah.
Is Ayinla Omowura the progeny of Apala music?
I don't know. I have to go and check on that again.
I don't think so.
There's also a Yusufu.
No. I think the biggest artist, the biggest proponent of Akpala music was Haruna Shola.
Okay, cool. So basically, for the Afrobeat artists, do you think that the conversation where they are saying stuff like they want the world to be aware of other genres that are in Nigeria outside of Afrobeat is also a reason why they are very vocal about the fact that artists are saying stuff like, artists are saying stuff like, I just don't do Afrobeats. Because if we should take Whiskey, for example, in his, like, when people are saying that, Essence should have been in the R&B category, I don't think that's a wrong ask.
It's not a wrong ask. But my problem is, if you are flexing on the Western world, flex on the Western world. Do not flex with us Nigerians at the end of the day. Because when you come, when you come to Lagos, 30 December, you flex an Afrobeat culture. So you cannot tell me you don't want to do R&B. No. I think most of them are just a little bit misguided in what they are doing. Okay, you say you want to do R&B, but you've not pushed R&B in Nigeria. Okay? You've not helped anything create the genre stand alone. I think one of the problems is that a lot of genres do not have a standalone presence in the country. So it's gbas. If you're an R&B guy, give us a true R&B album now.
Like, just don't forget that.
They can argue that Made in Lagos and Mall of Lagos are
those were R&B albums that tilted towards the London UK scene. And that's why his last two albums are worshipped in UK.
Yep.
In Lagos or in Damaturu or anywhere. They'll be like, yeah, we know.
Superstar is what they know.
We know Essence, but when the DJ plays Ojuelegba Shita, you're calling to something that we know.
Yep. But those guys actually still do like those other genres that they say that they do.
Do you know why? Do you know why Afrobeat is this way? It's because this is going back to why it's a culture. The mentality of a Nigerian singer is that I must succeed at all costs.
Yeah.
So I must know different styles as many as possible. It's now with the streaming era that people are saying, no, I'm chilled, I do mid-tempo. Back then, you had no choice. If you listen to P Square,
they were doing rap,
Two-Face, they were doing everything because anything could stick at the end of the day. And that's why Afrobeat is shapeless. Because it's a mentality of, I'm a hustler. If I do this and it doesn't work, I do this, it doesn't work, one will catch fire. And I keep doing it and I keep doing it and I keep doing it. And that is why they know how to blend very well. But Wiz saying R&B, maybe it's part of the rollout plan. I don't know.
But also, then there's a conversation around like Nigerian artists. I saw AOT2 where they said that my sound is not Nigerian, it's not a flex.
Yeah.
Before we even get there, we need to finish this Wizkid conversation.
It's shall long. Let's not.
No.
And he said more than that.
He said more than that, and he was going on some.
I just summarized.
Papa and Mama thing.
Yeah.
Right. My biggest problem, my biggest grouse with people. Here's the thing. I think people. I hate it when people come out and say, and they can do anything they want to do now. No. I also hate it when people are saying, do you understand? You can do anything you want to do, yeah. But I hate it when people are coming out to say, I can call my music anything it is.
You can't.
You can't.
But you can do anything you want to do.
You can do anything you want to do. But here's the problem. You can't tell me what you are doing.
If it's not what you're doing.
Just do it. Do you understand?
At the end of the day,
you want to make R&B? Make R&B.
Caesar can't call herself an Afrobeat artist.
And this R&B the way he was positioning the R&B was like, oh, I'm doing R&B music. You've never heard that shit before in your life.
The reason
Bro,
why I've not heard it is because of Afrobeats.
First of all, Plantation Boys have a classic R&B
Our
record.
R&B album.
Body and Soul.
Yep.
Star Plus made university girls go crazy in campuses.
I can't wait to get to start.
Ladies were throwing unspeakable things I can't even mention on this podcast. And
Oh, please, you can't mention.
When Star Plus,
AOT, one of the
took up
biggest Nigerian songs of all time is This Not Temptation.
apart from that again, Foreplay.
Yes. First album.
First
No,
album.
Second album.
Second album. Bro, that was pure Banky strong thing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So let's not act
RBW.
as if. Let's not act as if.
Kind of
R&B
R&B.
experience.
Bro, in the
Daria Talade.
early
Phase.
in the early 9-10 years of the first
Even Two-Face, oh.
Yeah.
Two-Face
Two-Face.
is an R&B
The
artist.
most
Yes.
iconic, one of the most iconic Nigerian
African
songs of all time
Queen.
is an R&B song.
Yeah.
So this idea of R&B, bro, we were raised off R&B. We know
Yes,
what
we were.
R&B is.
And
Yes,
then
we
another
were.
thing is, there's now other interpretations of R&B. There's a Latin interpretation of R&B.
Yes.
There's a Nigerian, there's an African interpretation of R&B.
Yeah.
Even in Amapiano, I can hear R&B influences in Amapiano.
Yes, plenty.
Like, Kevin Momo, for example, does there are some songs that you can literally hear the ballad R&B influences. Abokusela.
Don't sing well.
It's-
Yeah.
I have a voice.
It's allowed. It's allowed.
Anyway.
And also, there's another conversation that there's another.
No, just let
Long
me
live
round up. Let me
Afrobeats,
round up.
LLA.
Long live Afrobeats. So if you want to do it, another problem I have with them is they want to put it in conversation that they are not this thing, but they don't understand the disadvantages of that. They
Yeah.
don't care. I understand it because you're also trying to protect your head and move forward. But the door that allowed you to get in, you are rejecting it, and the younger people that need to jump on that door for them to succeed, you are closing it.
Whiskey didn't sell 3 nights at the O2 because
Because
you're
you because of an Afro.
Nigga, you're doing Afro.
Of Afrobeats.
You did Afrobeats, my
Yes,
nigga.
sir.
So
You're on the back of Afrobeats. So I need guys to understand that actions have impact. And another problem I have with them is, if you now want to go and do the R&B, the African influences are going to overshadow the R&B. So now they're going to consider Afrobeat still. And then now, if you now want to abandon it and do R&B like Caesar, you are going to get lost in the source. And the awards and everything you are looking for, they are not going to pick you over
because
the
a
traditional
lot of
R&B
people don't know that
artists.
the flex why Afrobeats
understand.
is
It's-
exportable. It's
it's
because
because
of that
it's
thing
different.
you are saying. Not because you are throwing words like them. Nah,
Bruh.
fam.
But guys, I'm going to say that on the conversation where Tolani said that if you want to do R&B, we're just using R&B as the poster, or any other genre, any other foreign genre that you want to do. If you want to do R&B like Caesar, that you might get lost in it because you might want to go and do African.
No, you want to do. If you want to,
So-
you want to do.
No, I'm not-
I know I can
Wait.
lose.
Let me explain something.
You can't do it better than
sorry,
Caesar.
what I'm trying to say is that if you think you can do it better than Caesar, then do it.
Exactly.
And also, the conversation where people are saying things like the reason Afrobeat artists are saying they're not Afrobeat artists is because they don't want to put in a box. I hear that, but nobody can put you in a box as
If
an
you are
artist.
not in a box.
If you do not put yourself in a box. I'm going to give a practical example. Like now, Beyonce dropped a country album, a country-leaning album. She didn't come to tell us. In fact, she released
didn't
a
say
post
anything.
saying that the album is not a country album. People are the ones saying
It's
it is
a
a country
country album
album
because it
we
is.
know it's a country album. Before that, she gave us, electronic music with Renaissance. So if you do not want, and she has done R&B albums.
She's done a rap.
Pop,
She's
she has
rapped.
done rap. She has done
come
rap.
to Africa,
She
come
has
and do
done
album.
Afrobeat. She has
She's
done
done-
Afrobeat. She has done a hip hop album or like hip hop music with her, with rap music with her husband. She has tried different genres.
Guess what? She had
So-
a fella themed album she scratched.
They have not released.
So guess what? If you as an artist do not want to put in a box, just drop the music. The fans
We
will
decide
tell
for you.
Not even they'll even tell you. They'll even
Like,
fight us and
this
say
thing is unique.
this is R&B. This is country. You don't
But-
even have to tell us that it is a genre. When we hear the music, we
will
see-
know.
We will know. It's not in controversy
But you know the
and
crazy thing.
conversation.
You know the crazy thing, right? You say you want to do R&B or any foreign genre better than those people. Genres are products of the community we are raised in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right? You know, bro. I don't care whether you have quadruple entendre, whatever. You are not buying Kendrick. It's not unless you now start rapping the way you know how to rap.
That's what's going to stand you out.
That's what's going to stand
And
you
guess
out.
what? The more you do, except people don't know that you're Nigerian. The moment niggas know that you're Nigerian,
It begins to be like, you know. And that's why I love Jamaica.
Carry it on their head.
Yep.
Jamaicans will never ever. You've never heard of a Jamaican rapper before, because a Jamaican rapper is a dancehall artist.
Even when Sean Kingston was making pop interpretations of that sound, your way to be.
That's Caribbean.
That's
That's
the Caribbean music.
But is
I
this
don't
also like a
understand.
community thing? Like I feel like is there like lack of
It's a,
So this
Nigerian
is
artists
Afrobeats.
don't understand.
why do they want to stand
they-
out
they
separately?
don't understand the
The
importance
strength of
community.
Afrobeats. The strength of Afrobeats is that anyhowness
Yeah.
is our disadvantage. People move bass in random. There is no structure to anything. As you're enjoying a music that has no structure, you're also suffering from the fact that
The country has no structure.
The country has no structure,
The
which
people do it there.
which now affects the music industry and it affects the artists, and the artists are now going off a tangent that is weakening the whole narrative.
Yep.
So Afrobeat legends, is there a thing, you know, for like Nollywood, they have this thing, actors like the AGN. Is there something like that for
No,
music?
we have.
What
we
do you
have
call
a bunch of
AGN?
bodies.
Please
We have a
forget
bunch of
that.
bodies.
So the problem is, I don't know why it's a black people thing, you know, but the ability to come together and say, this is the agenda for the next 10 years, the
Yeah,
next
a
15
body
years.
that like
I always go back to Korea. Korea did not become the biggest exporter of entertainment just by one shot high. Because no, it's not that. It's not that. Their government in the 90s saw that we need to export our music and our movies, and they put money to that. They were training people.
Yep.
They built studios. They built,
That's why the boys look like dolls.
and the training in K-pop is not easy.
It's not small. I think people.
Yeah.
K-pop-
There's an article on Vox about this.
K-pop
that was
artists-
but it
written
can
like
be
6 years
extreme
ago.
though. The training
Yes,
can be
because they
extreme,
commit
so-
suicide.
because it leads
Now,
to like mental breakdown.
today you
so-
can see a girl in Ilupeju screaming about BTS.
bro.
You can see one small 18-year-old girl saying she wants to watch
Typing in Korean too.
yeah, K-drama.
They're typing in
K-drama,
Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not because of they were just lucky. There was
Intentionality.
resources pushed behind. It happened in India too,
That happened in China.
China, South Africa to
Yep.
a certain extent, and we all know America. The reason why America became the world power it is, apart from military strength, is that they say fuck it, let's make it in a way that global pop culture by default is American pop
Yep.
culture.
Yeah.
That's why you shout Black Lives Matter when a LAPD has never stopped you before. Because you've already watched all the movies, you've watched all the documentaries,
You've
you've
heard
listened to all the
everything.
podcasts,
Yeah.
and
I
you
swear.
believe that.
Yeah.
So we need like an agenda. Who that person will be now?
So basically, we need like a government intervention. So I feel like the
Not
government
just a
should,
government intervention.
Because the
Intentionality
government will
across
ask you,
board.
okay, bring the best of your brains together.
but we have the best of
And
the
that is
brain.
the problem. Because if they're not
Everybody will
asking
go there
me,
and pushing the agenda. Now.
if they're asking me, I say, Soli, I'm the brain. I am the brain, the
There's
leg.
no.
But if I just give me $50 billion,
You know when the board will say the leg, the head, the brain, kidney, everything.
Okay. So that's on that conversation. Now, still speaking about
long live Afrobeats.
long live Afrobeat.
Afrobeats to the world.
to the world,
Still
baby.
speaking about-
Afrobeat to the universe.
Afrobeat, right?
Afrobeats pays everybody,
Oh my
make
God.
everybody go.
There's-
I'm please, sorry, please. I'll just say for 2024, if you're inviting me somewhere for a party, please.
God, Melody.
If you know you're going to play my piano for 1 hour, just tell me
Guy,
to go back
cook,
to my
cook,
house.
cook, cook. Shout out to Remy.
Oh,
Cook,
Remy.
cook, cook,
Thank
cook,
you.
cook, cook. But wait, guys.
It's
Let's have.
it's not that I hate my piano. I love it.
Oh, yeah,
But this
okay.
is the hypocrisy of the
separate
Nigerian
culture.
public. First of all, he's elitist.
What's
It
the
is?
latest?
He's elitist.
I'm a piano.
No.
Let him break
the
it
people
down.
who say, oh, we love our piano because it's different.
Yeah, okay.
Nigga
I
is
hear
not
you.
different.
I hear you. I
You
hear
don't
you.
speak Swahili or Zulu.
Like,
You are dancing
who
to
say
this-
that?
You are dancing to the same reason why you dance to Afrobeat, which
Yes.
is the beat and the melody. You can't speak to Mandela's grandchild in South African language. So all that no.
And there's no amount of what's that they say? Well, sir. I mean, what's
We'll make you
we'll make you South,
South
African.
African.
With the whistle, Ejo, tone it down, Ejo.
So-
So Remini said, Ejo,
Tiwa,
Tiwa,
Tiwa, Tiwa.
I beg,
I don't even. I don't.
Wait,
play me
Remy.
at your mouth, please. Thank you.
But guys, there's a conversation before we get. No, I want to introduce that conversation.
Let
about
me
Amapiano.
just jump in.
No,
Okay,
don't jump in. Don't
Amapiano.
jump in. Don't jump in. Don't jump in. You're not jumping anywhere.
Pause, no
There's a
big deal.
conversation around Amapiano and Afrobeat and the culture in Nigeria, the party culture and the party scene, and the DJs, where people are of the opinion that a lot of Nigerian DJs just go to events and they play Amapiano and they do not focus on playing
But to be
Afrobeat.
I don't
fair
think
to
so.
to be
And
fair to
that
them,
most
I don't
parties
think so.
just play more Amapiano
I don't
be
think
fair
and
to
they
them.
play
So-
Afrobeat. And there's also a conversation where it feels like
AOT.
this is also affecting.
so they're
Wait,
different.
now you have not.
Okay.
I'm not.
Land. Sorry, I'm on Paul. Land.
And there's also a conversation where they are saying.
I'm a poor Akowojo.
There's also a conversation where they are saying two conversations, guys, that it's also affecting that the DJs are not doing enough to like discover Afrobeat song that they should play at parties, because there's also a commercial where they're saying an Afrobeat song be sounding the same, so they want to, yeah, and also like the Afrobeat.
On this question you ask now, 1A, 1B, 1C.
Yeah, go on. So
Okay.
is it that they're not doing the job to find?
First of all,
Afrobeat
I don't blame the DJs, because no DJ out there has said I'm playing Amapiano 1 hour, 2 hours, and they're playing to an empty room. There are people actually listening to that shit.
Yep.
They're invested in it, even though it's the beat they're listening to.
Even though Nigerian DJs, only a few of them are genuinely good.
Yeah.
They are my piano selections.
Shout out to DJ. Shout out to DJ Obi.
That's DJ Obi.
I've heard his Amapiano.
What's the name of that DJ that was at Shiva's mansion party last year?
I don't know. I wasn't at that
I
party.
can't remember.
Secondly, do you know why the Nigerian crowd has gravitated towards Amapiano?
Yeah.
Because what made Afrobeats, our artists stopped doing it. The bangers, the bedu.
Yeah.
For some reason, everybody now wants to
Mid-tempo.
Mid-tempo, we are good. Nigga, give me race roll. Give me those kind of records that when you hear it, the speaker is shaking.
Yeah.
That when you come out, you're sweating. Yeah. That was the beauty in Afrobeats. All of a sudden, we kind of felt that, no, we need to write more, which is not bad. You can be lyrical, but still give us that shit. And they stopped. And that is why Ashake blew. Because Ashake...
Tani. Go down, say.
Ashake took our piano, gave them the Nigerian style of it, and he was doing dance records to the end.
With Fuji.
I understand that you want to show that you're a singer, you want to, you want to hit that high note, you want to...
Nobody cares.
Bro, Afrobeats is beat.
Nobody cares.
Afrobeats is beat on escape.
The biggest Afrobeat song of all time is literally, baby, calm down. Get this your body.
One
Go
billion
please.
streams.
Afrobeats is built on escapism, right? I want to enter a place and get
And
fucked
forget.
up. That is all. Play me that banger. That is all I want to hear. But because now I'm going to stream international audience, you want to package like...
We too.
I can write like Justin Bieber now. You write like Justin Bieber, but...
Do we care?
When the DJ now knows all this, the DJ doesn't want to play tracks from 2016.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, that guys in Pretoria, Joburg, killing it.
Can I give a perspective on that? I think it's also an incidence of evolution.
Yeah.
I think there is...
Oh, yes, we've evolved past that,
There's an incidence of evolution in terms of... There's this slowing down of Nigerian pop music is an incidence of the era of like emo music that was popping off some years ago, and American and foreign pop music, not just American pop. And a lot of the things that these kids didn't grow up like us. That we were listening to, oh, Renyomo, he was Agani, like fast tempo.
Let it go, man.
Do you understand? They didn't grow up like that, like us. So they came and slowed it down. Their hits were even a little slow, like 110, 120 BPM, 130
Also, to be
BPM.
fair to them, that Lamba era of 011, 016,
Is
we bastardized
exactly.
it. People were not writing records
People
anymore.
were not writing
People
shit.
were humming. Shout out to people were humming. Say, okay. Pilode.
When the prayer was off.
Yeah.
I like the tech.
Shout
I
out
was about to
Tekno.
mention Techno.
I like the
God,
Techno set.
the king of
But you know what's
Lamba.
funny about Tekno? Tekno is one of
Yeah,
the people
that.
that now slowed it down.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Kiss.
But his slow down
Runtown.
version was still
Yeah.
Lamba.
Easy.
They
They all said let's slow it
Let's slow
down.
it down.
And that's when we
Let's slow
started
it
moving
down.
away
Yeah.
from those heavy
Yeah.
hitting
Yeah.
records.
And
Yes.
even at the times, those songs still had Lamba.
Of
Like,
course, now.
baby,
Those
Bana.
guys can't leave the Lamba
They
because
say
they
you
know,
like the Wahala.
they know that is what
Techno is Lamba.
That is the language to the streets.
Baba, you know what? You know the song that brought techno back after?
Oh,
I say water,
give
dirty
it to me,
pussycat.
Tony will sing that song whenever.
Let me tell you something. That song is skeleton. God damn.
Lamba is the way the streets will know that, okay, you're one of us, we understand you.
Do you understand?
We understand you.
Techno said,
But we don't have many Lamba artists again.
Techno said, you are the only one for me. To. London girls come whining for me.
But AOT, speaking about not having Lamba artists, I feel like the street pop artists have been able to maintain that Lamba.
Oh, yeah,
No,
they've come.
those boys.
No,
But
they have-
they too are not even doing Lamba like that.
Eh?
Let me tell you why.
They are not necessarily doing
Flaky.
Lamba.
They're not
because
necessarily doing
If you listen
Lamba.
to them, they're actually
They are
giving,
talking life.
they're giving ghetto gospel.
Yes.
That's what they call it, Afro Adura.
Afro Adura, that's why
They're
they call
actually
it that.
saying a lot of
Yes.
stuff. The fact is that a lot of people, pardon
Mama
me,
Ready.
can't cross over the Tomiland because they feel Tomiland is that place in Lion King.
By the way,
Yeah,
Adeayo,
Mufasa
if you are
Tosin.
listening to this episode, write an article on Afro Adura. Someone needs to... AOT, have you written an article?
No, I haven't done that.
AOT, no, Adeayo should be the one to write it.
Yeah, but Afro Adura boys actually sing about the parts we don't talk about in... When when we're celebrating 30 December.
Yeah.
You know 30 December is a trifecta of Lekki, VI.
Yeah.
When you now, thank God they've done lights on the Tomiland. You know when you pass Tomiland?
Yeah.
Those areas, where the real music is coming from. People don't talk about that stuff, and it's just a shame.
And Tunde said something about another branch of he called it Mama Said music.
Yeah, Mama said.
Because their mommy is always saying something.
The mother is the biggest.
Their mommy
The
always
mom
says
is the
something.
biggest.
My mama said,
spiritual advisor.
and I listen to my mommy. Like it's their
Like,
mommy is always saying.
when I go to my
Mama
barber
said
shop,
music.
right, and he plays he puts on audio mark. It's just Afro.
AOT, thank you very much.
It's Afro Adura.
And do you know how insane it is that you have to be a music head to know like the genuine Afro addresses? There many die.
Yeah,
The ones
plenty.
that they have a fan base. They've done shows. They've done working capacity.
There's one time
like you don't know them.
And I think this is a general thing. I feel like this conversation of not knowing these artists, except you're a music thing, I think that the artists that suffered that the most are the street pop artists. Because a lot of times, people always assume that nobody knows these guys. I remember when Shay Vibes started blowing up on Twitter, people were like, nobody knows him. People were like, who is this
you know
guy?
who Shay
And
Vibes
his
is?
fans used to come out and say, are you joking? Like, he's been killing shows in them.
that part of the industry hasn't been highlighted.
Is it
in-
elitism?
That is, yes.
I mean, no.
A bit.
Like shout out to someone like Dapper, for example.
So that part, the pop daddy of the streets.
What did that guy call him again?
Oh, God.
Don't call him that.
No,
DJ,
in recent allegations, Puff Daddy, PDD, Diddy, Sean
Love,
Combs,
brother love,
Sean John, Brother Love,
money.
Baba Chance, Baba Twins, all of them.
But guys, so the question I asked back to the question of the Amapiano African, Amapiano and DJ. So what's
What was the question again?
Sorry, also shout out to the DJs
you guys have
because
gone far?
when artists
That's
started
enough,
having, when the artists started having crazy invoices, they needed to have
And
somebody performing.
A moment of silence.
And the Nigerian DJ stepped up and said, look, we don't need
Moment of
Baba,
silence.
you don't need to drop 300K dollars.
I got you.
Give me 3 M.
Cuckoo,
And people
cuckoo,
dance from
cuckoo,
beginning to
cuckoo.
end. That's why you see people like Dope Caesar coming out from
Ooh,
nowhere.
she's really dope.
I can see
Come on.
events, DJs are now
dope.
headlining their own events.
Yeah.
Because that
And these
is-
DJs be
But
dancing while
this-
they are
this
performing.
thing-
They're
this
giving us
thing-
a full
They
show.
won't dance after waiting Uncle Waffles they do for South Africa. They do
Have you seen
Magpie.
Uncle Waffles? Even Uncle Waffles on the rap now.
She's freestyling
Big
now.
Waffles, cream
Shout
on
out
the
to the-
crack.
to the,
By the way,
um,
that's a bar though.
That's the
Wani and
best. Yeah,
Tony
yeah.
and Andy.
Wani
Those
and
guys are
Andy.
very entertaining.
And now you look at the artistry behind DJs now. They are actually doing the job.
They are also some of them are also hype men.
Yeah.
So
DJs are not talking about wordplay,
Yeah.
transition.
So should the DJs stop playing their Amapiano songs that passes? Now
No,
that
they
people are
can't.
No, they
complaining?
can't because they need to be booked, man. I think it's from
They shouldn't go back to playing only Afrobeats.
That's why I'm going back to that same question. Where are the Lamba records you want to play from 12 to 6 that are not throwbacks?
So it's not DJ's fault, it's the artist's
So
fault. Go back and give us Lamba.
Also the cultural
another
faults.
thing that I've noticed about Nigerian music is a lot of the DJs are simply not good.
These are not good.
A lot of them.
We have a lot of good ones, Tolani.
I said a lot. A lot can be good, but a lot of them are
I've
not
heard
good.
trash too.
Do you understand?
I've heard
Like,
trash. Like from the way you even mix. When you're doing, I don't know.
Is it
No.
a Vic?
You know when you want no player, when he juggle ball first.
like the ones that are good when they get on the like I can't remember that guy's name that was at Shivas.
Okay.
AOT, did you see Melody at Shivas Passion Party last year?
Tolani, can we not do
I only
this,
saw the.
please?
I only
You saw the
I only
videos?
saw the highlights.
Oh
Ah,
my God.
God.
Melody
It
went
was
on
a hype
stage.
woman, no?
Yes, went on stage, stole the mic.
I was high.
And literally became
It's okay.
the hype woman.
It's okay.
Anyway,
There's some DJs I know that if a DJ has a bad set, you just need to please come on stage now.
do you understand?
Shout out to Titanium.
Do you understand?
DJ Tobad.
Was that his name?
No, but DJ Tobad is
DJ
one of
Tobad
those
is
guys.
good.
Anywhere I
Hey!
am, I can close my eyes and say Titanium. Just give me 1 hour. Titanium will not even play Zimbabwe song. You don't go even reach
Like-
that South Africa.
Back to back.
He go the knock
Transitions.
By the time you finish, people beg you don't go.
Like that was what happened to Melody. And Melody don't drink.
What's that?
You understand?
Happen now.
You don't drink. Like the Shivas on the season like XV. Don't they knock her for so? Like by the time they knock, what song did they knock Melody?
Get out. Koshi.
Jeko Wale, Kodro
It's okay.
run on stage.
Look at that. Look at that.
But so now,
Some
basically,
of the DJs. So one thing about
I think because there's a demand, so everybody
Yeah.
wants to rush into it.
I also
or it's just easy to make people
And
dance to
some people don't
Amapiano.
do.
No.
Some people don't do what they call freedom. They don't go buy DJ sets. Everything. Baba,
Yeah.
you can't play far.
Sure
in the
it's-
trenches.
you don't understand it.
You don't understand because your friend is telling you that makes center.
Can you do it on a cold on a cold night in Ikorodu?
Go to bro. Go to all those Animation this
Can you?
carnival.
One my stainless cup shit here that do.
Go on and say
Stainless
carnival.
cup. Have it shit here.
They say keep it kuku. Hello ku. Go you play
They won't even take. They don't unplug your DJ.
Hello?
Play Sherry for me, Sherry. No Sherry, no party.
No vibes.
Just say DJ Lord Audio Mark. You never bother again.
Guys.
Not Lord Audio Mark.
Guys, nah.
But I can't lie.
Flaky, Mama Shewa ready. That song.
Melody, you know that song?
No, why are you pretending?
You
Why
know that song?
Why are you pretending?
No, I'm sure that you
don't
know.
enter
it.
No, but I
trenches.
told you that Sheyi Vibe, that album died.
Oh, okay, that's
why
that's
you?
your
Why,
album.
I
You
was
like
raving
the
about that
album.
album. Like,
Like
But shout out to
the one,
shout out to all the
did-
good
guys,
DJs.
did you see the way he mentioned Migos? Migos.
Offset
Migos. I
Migos.
was just like,
That song.
who is this guy? I was like,
Take me picture.
I was like,
Those are the rock stars of Nigerian music. Right?
Yeah.
They are the rock stars.
That's the way they dress.
The
as
problem
well.
is now that there is no pipeline for them to blow out there.
Outside.
But once somebody can come up with a narrative, which that's why you have to respect Skepta. What Skepta did for Portable,
Big Smoke, Pelu,
we
Tobacco.
we talked about for 5 years.
Why are we saying there's been no hit in this country when that song has existed?
That song did now.
That's a
That song-
hit.
That song did.
That's
That
a
song
hit.
did.
so we'll come
No,
back.
we've had hits.
We've had hits.
They've
Wait.
not just been like
A break.
one that will ground, shake the ground.
Exactly.
I think Big Smoke and
Exactly.
Tobacco
No,
should-
Tolani. No, but wait.
It
We'll
was
come
good.
back.
It's a good jam.
We'll come back. We're going on a
think it
break.
did.
We're going on a quick break, and when we
Quick,
come
quick,
back,
quick.
we're going to go into the conversation about if we've had like a hit song.
We're not going on a quick break this
No,
time.
I know now. Break off the TV.
Guys, we're about to go on a break
Break on
right now
TV.
on TV
Yeah.
in case you are watching us. Whatever conversations you guys have missed, you're going to catch it on
Wow.
Monday. It comes out on every platform.
Wow.
YouTube, anywhere you get your podcast. But in the meantime, conversations are
Spotify,
going to continue
Apple.
on the podcast. Conversations are going to continue on the podcast. And stay tuned to us. This episode was brought to you by Shivas Rigo.
So wait, now let's go into that conversation of if we've had a hit song in 2024.
We've had
Let's
hit
not be
songs.
dishonest.
We've
had-
had these songs in 2024.
Mention the hit song.
But they've not been able to captivate like culture totally.
I think so. Part of the problem is like we're having a conversation with Mr. Wande as well before we jump on the pod. The consumption, the consumers are now fragmented. They are fragmented. Like in every silo of consumption, there is a fragmentation. Like there are even the radio silos. There are people that only listen to night radio. There are people that only listen to drive time radio. There are people that only listen to morning radio. In the DSP conversation, there are people that only listen to Audio Mac. Sheyi Vibes is the most streamed artist ever on Audio Mac, right?
Like what you're saying is actually correct because some people will tell you, "Oh, Love Me Jeje is a hit."
Nah.
No, for them. I'm saying for them.
No,
They-
but that's guys.
they'll
I
be-
feel like what
they'll be
Tolani.
very funky.
I feel like what
Oh.
Tolani and AOT, I think what both of you are saying, I feel like you guys are being
Okay, you want
dishonest
the
with the
song
conversation.
hits.
When we
Okay.
say a song is a hit song, you don't debate if it's a hit song.
Melody.
For example, songs
Fair
like
enough, I hear
Buga,
you.
it's undebatable. When Pana drops, it's undebatable.
You know the problem?
Nine,
You know the
do
issue?
you know that there are times when...
But
let me
times
tell
are
you-
different, though.
Do you also know the problem? Let me tell you the problem.
Wait, Nayot. There are times when a song, the BPM of a song is too slow or is too fast for a particular time
Not
on
really.
radio. On
Oh, okay,
radio.
on radio.
So, of course, radio is all about BPM, so you all know that one.
Exactly. But the song will be such a bedu that your fans will be asking you for it, that you might even just give them the instrumental.
I'm going back to that same issue.
And
there.
guys, we
You
need
know
to have another conversation.
why?
Tolani.
Wait, can I just
Then
interject?
I don't go
Before,
there.
before
You know what I
interject-
wanted
I know what
to
you want to say.
Before I
Leave it.
interject, can I interject?
Leave it.
We are producing artists that cannot command a true national cultural presence anymore. Everybody's doing their own thing.
And that's why.
That is why the big three are still enjoying. That's why Kiss Daniel will continue to be eating.
but that guy is a witch. He's a
because
wizard.
Kiss Daniel knows that he's singing for the whole of Nigeria and not just for a particular sector of people. Some people like this. I'm
Melody,
singing for
Baby
people that,
Show Wakpa is not a hit. Show Wakpa. Show is not a hit.
Is the
So I
hit? Is it
try.
the hit? Is it try? Is it a
Try.
pana?
You try.
Is show okay? Show why a buga.
No. But it's still a hit. It doesn't have to be a Bugatti.
But we've also had a
But
conversation about hits.
Twetwe is not as big a hit as Buga, but it's
That's
still
what
a
we're saying.
hit.
That
So
this
entered.
these songs
So
enter,
it's a
but
hit.
there's a global hit when it comes
So
to
we're
like
having hits,
Nigeria.
but we're not having like mega like.
Yeah, that touches
Smash.
everywhere.
Like smash.
You
Like, for
understand?
example, this Ayomaf song is a hit.
Bro, in the trenches.
It's a
the
hit.
So,
trenches. But
no, it's moving beyond the
As
trenches.
it
Shorty, you make me emotional.
has it crossed the
when
Ikoyi?
you see me
That's-
on
what
Instagram.
Has it crossed the
Mui's
Ikoyi?
Instagram. It's a hit.
What Fuke Akindele did will make it a smash hit for him.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
she put it up, so it will be a
Like
smash hit for him.
that's Muiz is a hit. Big Smoke Pelu Tobacco is the closest thing we've had to a smash this year.
It closes. But we're all saying the same that this song scratched the surface, but they didn't get to like the global.
Yeah. I've told you that all the
Koma is a hit now. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to
You don't know what's
Mr.
round of applause,
Olawande,
Tolani.
who is the marketing activations manager at Shivers Rego. Our people, thank you for coming.
Is it?
Yeah.
So that the conversation about not having like a global mega super hit conversation is like very valid.
Guys,
You know who I'm missing? Do you know who I'm
AOT,
missing?
please give me a second. Guys, welcome back to the Zero Conditions podcast, the number one show on late night TV in Nigeria. Yeah, I said it.
Number one podcast.
Number one TV show. Number one
Everything.
podcast.
The charts are.
I know AOT
I
has
don't care
to.
what the charts are saying.
Fuck the charts. Whatever you missed during the break, you can catch it on Monday out on all the podcast platforms, YouTube, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcast, you can find it there. This episode is still brought to you by Shivers Rego. As we are here, you can see that we're drinking the XV. Looking good, isn't it?
Looking good, actually.
Oh,
Do you know?
what
Do you,
wounded you last year?
do you know the biggest song out there?
Yeah.
Let me try and look for it. I mean, this year. But the song is unreleased. Yeah. Let me look for it.
Unreleased. I think I know the song.
But everybody's singing the song.
Oh,
You just have to.
Ashake.
You just have to beg the artist.
Ashake, dig. When that song comes out, god damn.
That
But-
song is doing a madness on TikTok already. That is the song I want to play.
No, it's not this. Sorry. What? Okay, yeah. Fuji, super extravagant.
Fuji-
And this is how
Ashake.
Fuji artists used to name
Yeah,
their albums.
song.
They just use big words.
I'm not going to give myself credit, but I'm going to give myself credit.
Right.
For what? Now you do this song.
I called it.
I beg you.
Let me tell you
Bro.
something. AOT
Have you heard the
knows,
song?
Of course I've heard.
AOT knows what I'm about to say. That I am the guy.
Don't be only
I
the
am
guy.
the man. You understand? I
The
told
only
you
the
people.
only guy I know is MI.
Oh,
Congrats to you.
punchline.
Now, I told you people that the person that does hit and apart. There's a reason why today is about to become that song initially
song
last year. Apart Disco now.
Okay.
Like this song when it comes out, like, I respect the rollout. You know another rollout that I respect.
Which one?
Odumodu Industry Machine.
Oh, yeah. That's the next
When
album.
that song comes out.
Oh, the song, Abi.
When the song comes out.
Odumodu
Have you heard
Machine.
Industry Machine? Hey, they go they find me.
Anyway, speaking about that, so a
why
song
are you
dropped.
shorting? Do you hate Odumodu?
A song dropped.
Do you hate
Go
Odumodu?
and die with your agenda.
I
A
will
song
I
like
rebuke it in Jesus'
you-
name.
I
I will
don't
not
understand
die,
what the
but
dead
live
agenda.
in the
If
mighty
you
name
like,
of
don't
Jesus.
live. Who cares?
Everybody
Yeah,
that
works
wish
of the
me
Lord.
dead,
Who cares about
everybody
your
that
honesty?
wish me dead,
For that
I will
guy.
see them dead, and I will leave.
Die. Anyway, so speaking about Odumodu,
Where were we before then?
We're talking about
talking about
hits.
hit songs.
So there have been hit songs now. I think Big Smoke.
Not hit songs that scratch the surface, but we've not had the
There
2000.
be
We've not had the 2000.
foreplay like.
Do you understand? It's touching the.
Omo,
It's
did
creepy.
you guys hear this song on Shay Vibes' mixtape? Born in a Gatti. Born in
The last one.
You didn't Gatti, no.
No.
It was like the fifth. Or
No, the guys,
sixth.
work ethic is too much for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes, So
Yeah.
But guys, seriously, a song dropped, the Olufumi reimagined. Speaking about now that you mentioned Odumodu,
Oh my God.
the Olufumi reimagined song dropped, and
the agenda not kill you, man.
that's what everybody has been talking. I don't have to do an agenda because I'm just here talking about everything that is trending. The Olufumi reimagined song dropped, and everybody. Have you heard? Todani has heard the song. AOC, YouTube.
I heard the song weeks ago because
Nobody
I am
cares.
who I
The
am.
song is that you have heard. We don't care where you heard
I am
it.
who I am.
The song is
Melody,
out.
It's not
Who
my
gives
fault
a
that you are
damn?
not connected to the culture.
I don't care.
It's not my
Like,
fault. It's not my
I
fault.
like- are you
It's not my
paying me to
fault
listen
that
to
the
it?
culture
What's
wrong with
doesn't.
your question?
It's not my.
Like,
It's not
what's
my
wrong with it? I
fault
read it
that
2
the
years ago.
culture doesn't care about your
I don't
opinion.
care about you either.
It's not my fault
Say I heard it
that
weeks
the
ago.
culture
Who
doesn't
gives-
love you.
Who gives a damn
It's not my
if you heard
fault
it last
that
year?
the culture doesn't care about your opinion.
As your opinion
my
giving
fault.
us this song.
Ah,
So,
bro, do you understand the amount of hit songs that have come from my staple? You know who I am.
Dapper. Dapper 2.0. So the Olufumi reimagined
How many
song
hits have
dropped.
come from your staple?
Please leave me.
How many marketing campaigns have you done?
Olufumi reimagined dropped, and people are
produced by the great Adi Kabasa.
literally
That's
the great
Adi
Adi Kabasa. And people have been having different opinions about the song.
I want to cook you, Sha. Continue.
Why are you cooking me? What do you think about the song?
What do I think about the song?
Honestly.
It's a decent remake.
Decent.
I don't think Adi Kabasa is an experienced man. I don't think he was looking for a way to recreate the Magic Star Plus made. I think he wanted to just make those who don't
Make
know,
a twist.
those who know Star Plus catalog,
Reintroduce.
like they don't know their game. You don't know Star Plus's game. We introduce it with like the most
So you
Who
popular.
is the original McCoy, right?
Yeah, McCoy was like their producer back then. I was decent because you can't outdo the classic, but it was high. It was high. I like the selection of artists. Fireboy, BOJ. Who again was on it?
Joe Boy.
Joe
And
Boy,
Odumodu.
and Odumodu. I like the fact that I put Odumodu Black in it because if
man
I
of
keep
the
putting it
culture.
OG Afrobeats, you don't do a pop record without a rap verse.
Yep.
So it had to be.
And then
being the hottest rapper.
the original Olufumi had a remix that was that had the rap
Yeah.
verse.
Yeah, that was featured on their EP way back then. So
Yeah.
No, I even think the original. One of them rapped on the original.
No. Was that?
That's
That
right.
Capo. That was somebody else.
That's right.
yeah.
Oh
Sure.
yeah. Yeah.
Back then, you couldn't have a hit without having like a rap verse.
But now,
Because rap is important, except for people in this room that don't give a shit about
what do
it.
you think about the song, Tolani?
I think it's a great song. What do you mean?
What part of it is a great song?
Everything. Production, the idea,
Melodies
the
easy,
imagination,
easy you somewhere.
the melodies.
Which mel-
Odumodu's verse.
So now the conversation around Odumodu's verse,
Congrats
let's
to
be
you
honest,
and them.
is that there's a part where he said the lyrics is strike am, pierce am, dagger am. Why is Odumodu always trying to dagger?
Can I ask you something? When you see
use my black man bulala. Come off my rubber, secure my woman.
Bar though.
Bro.
Damn, bro.
Now I have to ask you a question. I have to ask you a question now.
How you
don't need to
commoting the
answer.
rubber?
You don't. Okay.
Melody.
Wait.
My yes or here.
So bad doju ẹ. You go need
Omalu
to.
rubber.
You go need to.
But so long as you're commoting the rubber with
Consent.
everybody
Melody,
aware.
do you always?
Don't personalize this.
I know,
We're talking
we are
about
going
you.
to.
Don't
Since you want to
please.
be a hypocrite.
You don't do
I have
that.
a question.
Personalize with your own
Have you
sexual
not
life.
been
Don't do
daggered
that.
before?
No. Ask a question, please. When you see
Don't personalize
when you
it,
see
thank
Odumodu
you.
Black, when you see Odumodu Black, the way he is, his persona, his aura, his build, his frame.
His build is
Does he
frame.
look like somebody that has that does is into the art of love making or into the art of Femi Kuti? Bam, bam, bam. I just dey go bam. I want you to ask a question because if Odumodu said, "I buy you flowers, I take you shopping, one thrust
But
for 5 minutes," does that make sense? Does it make
One
sense?
thrust 5 minutes.
You know those guys that when they trust, they don't look into your eyes and they cry.
This is the AOT is saying.
Does it look as if
It
you
makes
have
me
sex?
it makes me remember
but-
an Odumodu song called titled Comment. When he said, I go pin him to the wall.
Consent.
If she
No, but that one you said consent now.
he said consent.
You said consent.
I think it
now.
was after the issue on Twitter. He just said, I just
No, he said the first verse, the first time he said consent. Consent. They said consent. I beg.
No, but that was really cool that he actually just said
I
that.
thought this is just I'm talk him again. This is I'm talk him again.
But you know the conversation literally is that for me, I think that I like the reimagined song.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. I love what like the guys. I love what Joe Boy did on it. I love the budge.
You love it now?
I always did.
Uh-uh.
I always did. I
Wow.
love like even
That's
budge
so
in the
nice.
car. I think it was really pretty.
Oh, tell that.
Very
And
nice.
even the end of the end of the song, I love how they all came together. I don't know how to describe it. Is it an alto or something?
Camaraderie.
No, like there's a standout voice. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Like they all came together and
Na
sang at the
kabasa
end.
na, cook am.
Yeah, so I really like that. But the part where the women are having a conversation, which I think is valid. Like
Some women,
women are having a conversation which I think is
because
valid.
some women want
like,
to be daggered. Let's put that
Every
out.
woman wants to.
you know, when it comes to love song, they're like, I am thinking about it from a place of collaboration, right? You know, when you have a song and you're trying to collaborate with other artists and you're trying to reach a particular audience, it's like, I have a love song. On a love song, who are the lover boys? I would expect to see a Joe Boy on it because Joe Boy appeals to the girls and all of that. And it's like, Odumodu is on a love song and he's talking about Daga. Why
Listen, let me
is
take
a
this,
love
please.
song? Yeah, why is
you
it?
take it and I'll come
Let
back
me take
again.
this.
Yeah, why do? Let me
Melody.
ask the question now.
Melody. Okay, ask.
No, since you want to jump, answer the
No,
question. I'm not
ask the
ask.
question.
Ask
Ask
the
the question.
question.
Ask the question.
Ask it.
Don't silence a black queen, please.
The question is, so they're saying that you're trying to do a love song and you put Odumodu on the love song and it's like, you're trying to appeal to the ladies. The ladies, when it comes to Odumodu, are the ladies fans of Odumodu as a lover boy? That's the conversation on the collaboration.
Who were the people that enjoyed Conditioner, baby, conditioner? Hey, Willy. Who were the people that enjoyed it the most?
I can't say.
Okay. And you were not a party.
You know the funny thing
You are a
about-
hermit.
You know,
The people
No, but
AOT,
to be
you were
honest, there were
outside in
videos of
December.
women
I was
You were outside
very
in
vibing.
December.
Even
Who
on
were the
Twitter.
people that liked conditioner, baby, conditioner? Hey, Willy. Who were the people that liked it
Lagos
more?
baddies.
But they were also the ones that complained.
You know the
It's
funny
fine.
thing? There's a hypocrisy online that I have to mention.
saw
When
that
Naira Marley
video.
sang So P, think pieces, everything, thread, everything came out.
Yep.
Every party I went to, that they sang Sophie, girls were the ones dancing.
AOT
Sophie
started
dance.
from Am I a Yahoo Boy? Then it went
No,
to...
that was not sexual. I'm talking about the sexual
No,
part.
this
It
Sophie
went
one
to...
now.
No, there was a one that dropped before Sophie.
Okpotoi,
Okpotoi.
banger.
They had a problem with that one too.
No,
but they
but
danced to it too.
no, but I think for Sophie one, the conversation was like they were saying that men jerking off.
But it was women that were jacking off in the party.
Hypocrisy.
There's this particular hype man song. Hey, what's that one? They was talking about Ashana's dress. I've forgotten the name of that. It was all like 8 bars. Hype men were the ones. 2 hype men were the ones.
I know
behind
the
it.
song you're talking
And if
about.
I'm going to be honest, I'm going to hear this conversation about Tolani saying hypocrisy. To be honest, when it comes to
Guess
this,
what? That song, when the DJ plays the beat alone, women have already stood up. They don't stand up already.
But let me tell you something. The first rule that we need to understand about music in this country is if the women like it, it's a hit.
It's a hit.
So that's what
It's,
they
no,
are saying.
it's general all over the world.
Yes, so
If
that's what
women
they are
like it,
saying now.
it's a
Like
hit.
on this conversation is
One.
like, can we say that the women will want him to be on a love song? But I also
So,
say that
no,
I hear Tolani. Wait, sorry, Tolani.
Let me, okay.
I hear
okay.
sorry, Tolani. Sorry, I hear Tolani when he talked about the hypocrisy when it comes to people criticizing the what's that song now?
Cast.
Is that's the title, right?
Charlie
Cast,
Poppy and
the one that
Cody
said that.
Song of the year.
That's when they say that give them bag, Abi. Who they give bag? That's the song, right?
If she knows Soko, if
If
she
you know,
knows
yes.
The national
Because
anthem.
a lot of people that were criticizing it on social media, like women, we saw some women criticizing on social media
We saw
only
them in
for a
videos.
video to go viral.
Oh, wow.
And it's like
What a-
you were criticizing it on
That's a
social
wahoo.
media, and now you're dancing it to it. So it's like, how even if you're trying to say something, how can they say that you are saying this thing when you feel that you're just saying it on social media?
He
Just-
Wow.
that
Wahoo.
scene cast the first stone. A Jewish carpenter said that a long time ago.
AOT.
A Jewish carpenter said that a long
Which
time.
Jewish capital said that?
You don't know the Jewish carpenter.
Who is the Jewish?
There's only one Jewish carpenter now.
But yeah, so yeah.
The problem is online. So there's a culture of opinions. Opinions are very cool to give these days. Everybody wants to have an opinion. And that's the number one problem. And now Elon Musk has monetized opinions. Either they are stupid or not stupid. That's the number 2 problem. The number 3 problem is a lot of people can't think for themselves. There's a lot of head mentality with the opinions that are being given. So the people that are giving the opinions are then become victims of the stupidity of their own inability to be able to segregate sense from what is not sense. Now, the number 4 part of that conversation now is people would have given, like, so there's a culture, most people on social media are betas, right? They don't have the mind of their own. Whatever the bigger people say, whatever opinion they come up with is what they're going to run with. Only a few people have the ability to discern. Discernment is very uncommon on social media. Twitter, for example, is a microcosm of the Nigerian society, which shows why we have not been able to elect a great president till now.
Elect any great person.
Do you understand? So, when people see a big influencer diss something, especially from the perspective that they can relate to, all they are going to do is run to diss the thing until someone says,
And they drill down.
this thing doesn't make sense. So a lot of them have given opinions on social media. When they now go and listen to the song and they realize that, I'm on a jam, and now those people that are already mindless, they are going to be mindless again when it comes to the fear of missing out. Because now, conditioner, Bobby, Willy practitioner is massive on the streets. Now, they also want to be a part of that. They want to be part of it on TikTok. When their friends are chanting it, they don't want to be left out all of a sudden. Even my friend here, I have video evidence of where...
Wahoo.
Yeah, I have
what?
video evidence.
Of what?
Don't
Calm
worry.
down, calm down. You can say run for governor. Calm down.
Don't
It's
worry.
nothing that bad.
Don't worry.
Video
On the
of what?
day that you test me, I'll just toss
I
it
don't. You don't
online.
have any video. Post it if you have
Okay,
it.
no wahala.
Lick am. Roll out.
Jonathan, post the
Now,
video.
the automotive verse that they're talking about. First is first. I'm not making music for you to be happy. I'm making music that's going to sell
Or for your approval.
or for your approval. You don't really matter in the grand scheme. You were complaining about cast while the song was blowing up and making millions of streams, right? And you were having problems while the person was speaking real life. The second part of this conversation is, it's about Dagger. Can't you see the parallels between how cast blew up and how this song and how the conversation on this song is going again? Like, when will people learn? Can't you see the parallels between what happened with cast and disco. Like, this is the headline. This is why people are going
People
to go
are
and
talking
listen to
about
the
it
song
already.
again. Now, when people go and listen to the song again and it becomes successful, people are going to act shocked. How? Because at the end of the day, just because it's a love song doesn't mean I can't put a bad boy on it. There's history is littered with songs where someone is talking about love. Like The Weeknd, for example, you featured The Weeknd on a song
Weeknd
talking
will
about
invite you to
love.
come and do
Weeknd
cocaine.
goes to bring some toxicity to it.
He's going to invite you to come and do
Do you understand? Drake. You understand? Like, and these guys are some of the biggest artists. They are going to give you the taste of what you want. They are going to make the record sell.
You forgot
And
the
women
grand
love it.
patron of them.
Who?
See Breezy.
Shout out to my nigga.
Chris
See Breezy.
Benga Brown. He's living at Chevron.
Orchid Road. Anyway.
Songotedo.
So the problem is you now have a song that what he said, always the problem with this Odumodu guy is what he says, they're always open to interpretation, but people choose to have a problem with them. The dagger thing that he said, part of love is sex.
No, it's love and sex now, so I don't know what we're talking about.
No, he said,
Like even
strike
Beyonce,
am,
when
pierce
Beyonce,
am,
you want
dagger
Nakam
am.
now, you want Nakam. The only problem I have is he didn't say consent are big. Like
When
people
Beyonce was talking
comment.
about swallowing watermelons, do you think she was actually singing?
Do you understand?
no,
When
yes,
Beyonce
yes.
said get peaches, when someone called my breast peaches, you think she's joking?
No.
No. Wait, I'm still getting. I'm not done. Now, another angle of this conversation is Beyonce did Jolene. You understand? Did Jolene. The original version of Jolene is Jolene. They beg Jolene,
May
Jolene, no
leave
collect
your
my man.
husband.
No. Beyonce's version is Jolene.
Don't try
Don't
it.
fuck with my man, bro.
Yeah, now, yeah.
So times change.
Yeah.
And there's a different
I have
interpretation.
to jump off what you said about times change. I think when we're on Twitter, we behave as if we don't see what's actually happening in actuality or real life.
In
right?
real life.
Nigeria has changed dramatically in the last 10, 15 years. A lot of socioeconomic pressures have made things that... I'm going to enter economics and socialist now because this is where I'm going to tackle it. Things that we used to do in the dark are now becoming very rampant. Let's take Cass for example. What did he say? He should know suck, he should know fuck.
Who go pay for
Well,
it?
we can
It's
have
a fact.
It's not a fact, Tolani.
See, I can...
If it doesn't apply to you,
Wait,
leave
Not-
it alone.
That means it's not a fact.
See, it is that
Just because-
I don't know, maybe on social media. Let me show you things.
Just because something is not applicable like life and death doesn't mean it's not a fact. There are billionaires in the world. Not everybody is a billionaire. But are there billionaires in the world?
Yes, they are.
Now,
What are you trying to say with that?
Let's go back.
Because
Let me
there
go-
are people that if they don't fuck, if they don't suck, they can't buy wig and handbags. It's the truth.
Yes. So you
Even some of the girls that you know online that look cool online, if they don't suck, if they don't fuck,
Solani,
they
don't
can't
do
buy
this.
wig and
Don't do
handbags. It's the
This
truth.
one of the people that Charlie Poppy was talking about. I'm sorry.
Tolani, why is AOT showing me?
no, because she acts as if
A half-naked girl.
she lives in
No,
CAC.
my point is
She lives
the point I'm trying to make is the fact you saying that if there are no people that don't suck and don't fuck, they won't buy handbag. That's a valid. That's your
Oh, it
experience.
is.
That's your wait.
Can I continue
You
my-
see, let me be,
can I continue
wait.
my-
Let me just finish this line of thought. Tolani is saying is a fact. There are other women who don't have to suck and fuck that they don't. They work.
let
to
those
make-
people
and
live.
they are the ones complaining.
No. Now, yes, there are other women who do that, right? But what I'm talking about, predominantly in our culture now, there is emphasis on transactional relationships, whether we like it or not.
Even in regular relationships.
Irregular
that's
relationships.
transaction.
We cannot turn our eye to what Odumbodi was saying. When we know that, if you see one babe post something else, bad bitch, she's getting her own, one thing.
Bad
What are they saying on Instagram now? This, my bundle, is not by words of affirmation. It's by what? It's by money. Oh, God, press money. We all
AOT.
act dumb.
AOT.
When the other gender now
AOT.
says it.
AOT.
Yeah,
AOT. The dominant conversation on social media now is women saying if you don't have money, there can't be a relationship. How do
Even though they
there has been a trend on social media for the past 3 months.
Plaster.
But no, the
It's the
plaster
truth
money.
now. There's a trend that has been going on social media for 3 months where what makes women happy?
Tolani, wait,
Bags and wigs.
where?
Check
Yes.
Instagram and
Is you on
Twitter.
TikTok?
You are not toasting babes. We are the one toasting. We know.
Fam,
know.
on social media, go and check your Twitter. What are the things that makes women happy? So someone might say, oh, it's kisses in the morning. But you still see, someone say, okay, one, kisses in the morning, something. At the end of it, wig and handbags.
Tolani, what makes you happy as a man?
Money.
So why are you different from a woman who says money?
Yeah, but I'm making my money. I'm not doing.
Women are not making their
I'm not
money.
sucking and fucking.
Tonani, don't do that. There are a lot of men that suck and fuck.
Congrats, but no, I don't know. But if a woman now go and
Because
see,
now Nigerian men are dragging Nigerian rich men with Nigerian women. Everybody's hustling for Nigerian.
Let me tell you something.
Let's stop pretending.
If let's say Brazy B
or
what's the name of that? What's the name of that girl again?
Which one?
That rapper, African. What's the name of that girl?
I know where you're going to.
You will
Is she
know.
Nigerian?
Yes, now.
No, I know where you're going to.
Akwa Ibom babe. What's her name?
Who now?
Oh, that one. I thought it was the other one.
No.
I know you are talking about.
You mentioned the name
We are
now.
not
What
talking
is-
We're talking about.
Okay, what does she do? She
Let's say
rapper.
she go and sings now and says, if men don't, there will be no controversy. Men will just, you are not talking about me. Everybody will move on. Do you understand? Like, it's not a, if you know suck, congrats.
It's the reality of life.
Move on.
Now, it's based on that. It's based on Olufumi.
Yes,
He's
so
talking about sex. You don't expect Odumodu to not be rapping about sex the way Ejeko rap about sex.
I don't understand.
This is the way he sees it. And there are women that, when they heard his voice, like, yeah, I like that
Say
shit.
the way I roll can be likened to Shango, strike am, pierce am, dagger am, use my black man
Now go back
bulala, use my black man bulala, kulabu, kaluba spread am,
God
oyakele
damn,
they
nigga.
worship my
That's-
banana,
to me, that's police advice
showcase,
right
showcase abunda, comot my rubber, secure my woman, me sef don kala like Zokozuna, decline my, why so aggressive?
Melody, let me tell you something.
Odumodu-
AOT, let me give you a theory. AOT, let me give you a
Odumodu
theory.
Odumodu raps about love and sex like he's trying to kill you.
I can't say this because we're on camera now.
Why
so
is
I'll
the
say
love
this
so? Odumodu, why is the love and sex so hard?
You
Because
two
that's
not
what we
touch
know.
me for 7 months. You think it's not be doing...
Oh my God,
You not be playing George Michael at the back.
Olufumi is a
oh
song
my
where...
God, I play Killer.
Did you see that Jobo was singing and he fell on his knees begging? Like, why you
Let
bunda?
me tell you, Jobo is a
Also-
lover boy, and that's his brand. Odumodu is Dagaram.
He said go bunda.
The dagger.
He said me self don't color like Yokozuna.
Now,
Decline
go back to what
passing.
you said. You said Joe Boy. That's Joe Boy's
Brand.
Joe Boy is the sweet lover
But the
boy.
brand of this song is for lover boys.
No.
You don't change. That's
Again.
your version of love.
Again, see, women of then, you want to, there's a reason why they call that the dominant sex position of those years missionary.
What's dominant sex position now?
Everything.
Let me tell you.
Have you not seen the things I've been telling you on Twitter? They are on number 492 now. Sex positions. 492. How many you know?
Where is there a trend?
I know since social media say.
It's highly curated.
Oh, since
So then is that a real thing?
ask AOT.
Is there a trend? Of
Yes, no.
Like
492
every day
sex?
they release a new sex position.
A
It's
handle is for that.
yes. Every day.
So are you saying that this way? So what's
So
okay,
what
guys?
Tolani
Okay,
said, when you said the
AOT.
way
Okay, I need to ask you guys a question. Sorry. What sex position is? Wait. What sex position for your lover is? Wait. Please let me ask my question. What sex position for your lover is? The way I roll can be like you to Shango, strike am, pierce am, dagger am. Use
it's
my
not sex
blank.
position. It's the style.
So what style is that?
Man, let me tell you something.
let's go back
Even
to
your
that
girlfriend,
one.
even your
Let's go back
girlfriend
to
that
that
you're in
one.
love with. Sorry, let me. Even your girlfriend that you're in love with, if you are giving out too slow these days, I'm like, baby,
Slap me.
no, it's not slap. Dagaram.
be
You need to
aggressive
put
with
it
that
down. No, you stop forming fake.
So my point now is that Nigerian women. So now that Tolani is saying that this, so I think Nigerian women need to go very aggressive with the Nigerian men. Turn them to their back. You know.
No, they
widen their legs
let me tell you
and
something.
dagger them.
Let me tell you something. Is that what you want to be doing?
shit. See, if a female rapper says,
Is that what you want to be doing?
If a female rapper
Wait. Is that what you are on?
My point is that if
I'm
you want to
advocating
be,
for a role reversal, that's
Do you understand?
man is that if a
should
female rapper
dagger
says,
you people too.
if a Nigerian female rapper comes out and say, oh, I love pegging my men, it's fine. But it's not
It's not
my own.
me.
I will not carry placard and say,
Okay.
why are you pegging? It is you.
okay.
It's not me.
business.
It's not my own. If I say a boyfriend, I could peg you, no. Universe slim. That's all. I don't want to.
Shama like lube.
But to not be saying, oh,
you
no.
will say it's bad, right?
You know, come me.
You know that men that want to be pegged. And
Yes.
they pay money
Yeah.
for it. So, do you see men not carrying placard?
Yes, you just be pegged.
God forbid.
Tolani, what about
But
you?
a man like me.
What do you think?
My ancestors will be.
Tolani will never.
Shango will roll in his grave.
What to do? I did not come from heaven with shame for that to be happening. No, let me tell you something.
It's the fact of
So you're
life.
saying that's a brand of lover boy.
Listen.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. And that's
No, sorry. When you know what this lover boy stuff, this bad lover boy thing happened. When Chris Brown sang
Deuces.
R&B changed from good boy to bad boys. That is why all the R&B guys are bad boys today.
Have you heard Savage Anthem by Party Next Door? Have you heard Party Next Door's new EP?
No, see, that Savage Anthem by Party Next Door is the most demonic R&B song
I've ever heard
in the
my
last
life,
50
in my
years.
whole life.
He was basically telling
In my whole life.
Yes, I'm a
Don't
dog.
hold your breath.
No.
Now.
You can't say any good
Don't
R&B
wait on my love.
Any good R&B boy
Don't hold your
Yankee.
breath. He said I put the tox in the toxic. Do you hear what The Weeknd sings about?
And guess what? That's the person that what's her name? The woman that has a lot of time. Kelani ran away. She let Kyrie Irving.
He did Kelani's freestyle for her.
Times have changed though. Nobody's wants
Wait, she left Kyrie for him.
I think it was Kyrie or somebody, yeah. Nobody wants end of the road, boys to men. No. There's no road. Yeah.
That's not true.
Let me tell you something, Melody. At this point, see, women want to be dominated by men. It's the truth.
That's
In
what
bed, women
In
want to
bed.
be dominated.
And there's some
In
men.
real life,
No,
too.
that's
And
illegal.
there's some men who
There's some men that
want.
want to be dominated by women.
And
in
true.
bed.
Hey,
So
but the
please.
ratio.
And when I see those
the-
men,
the-
I say, well done.
And
You
guess what?
understand?
Guess what?
There are men that like getting slapped.
AOT.
Yeah?
There's yes, but there are some men.
Oh, yes, there's some men.
There are some men that like getting peed on, getting
Yes.
shot on.
I don't understand.
Do you understand? Like you watch this film now. What's that of that TV show?
What's
That TV show about the stock markets. AOT, you know the show I'm
Billions.
talking
Okay.
about. Billions. The opening montage of Billions was a very powerful attorney general getting peed on by
Yeah,
his wife.
yeah. And his wife knows. No,
By
when
his
he
wife.
even when he goes to those sex clubs, his wife is on the phone.
You
with him.
understand?
Yeah.
Like it's a kink. Congrats to everybody.
And
Happy,
see,
happy,
as long
happy.
as there's consent.
Like
Do you understand?
me, I don't like it. Like if we know how these things go, whatever your woman says in the bedroom goes. Is what it is.
If your mom says she wants to peg you, uncle.
No.
So what you say? Whatever
No,
you
no,
say.
no, no. I
go.
say, when I say whatever, you to apply your brain.
No.
It's in the realms of possibility.
I'll call your mother now. Say your daughter
It's
is.
possessed.
There's a factory set something.
Yeah,
Yeah, Joe.
What do you guys think about?
Add inflation to it too.
What do you guys think about the Kendrick and Drake situation?
God
That's
damn,
old
bro.
school now. That's done.
No, AOT. Because your fave lost doesn't mean
Yeah, exactly.
BBL Tracy. My fave lost.
that shit. That shit.
Which two Nigerian rappers do you think can give us that? Like go-
Nobody. Oh, no, that's not true. If Odumodu would probably be one
I like the Odumodi with somebody.
and somebody else. I don't know who.
But for
it is.
sports, not for like
Yeah,
out
for
of records.
sports.
For just like
But I also don't want it to get that messy. Those niggas
that's why
went to
no. That's why J. Cole look at Crystal Ball.
No,
like,
someone said they said Schoolboy Q called him, or maybe it
You
was
know what? I think J. Cole's manager is also doing stuff with Kendrick.
IB Ahmad.
Yeah. And he just said, "Nah, bro, what is coming? You don't want this
Just get out of
smoke."
the way.
And bro,
You don't want any of
It
this.
was
today saw the cause all the pedo. The next is all the called woman beater. Like,
Omo.
where from where to where now?
But
AOT.
wait, do you see how toxic it became? They now started censoring like the things they
you know why?
they now made that the detriment of women. Why?
So
Why?
Not.
it's not about women. It's everything around them. It's not
but
about
it
the
was
women.
centered around somebody
You
beating
know why?
their
It's
wife,
not about
somebody.
the
No,
being
you know
a
why?
pedo. What are you
Because
saying?
those
Make it
are
up to
weak
you.
points in your army. that you're
Exactly.
looking at.
Those are the things that can
when
get you out
when
of
it comes to
character.
real beef, there's nothing you cannot use against anybody. You use anything and anything against anybody. And for them to go that far, that means they respected each other.
Yep.
They really went
And that's
that
my
far.
problem with the two of them. They keep claiming like they don't like each other, but the only reason you can go at anybody like
know
that
why?
is because you respect it.
It is
the person.
it's that hate love thing that
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be number one. Why did they keep mentioning you with
This
my
guy.
name?
But it's also
They
an
hate each
ego
other.
thing. It's an ego thing where they
If you are
don't.
going for the
It's
crown,
definitely an ego
if you are going for the crown, it's an ego thing.
It's an ego thing.
If you want to be called the king of rap,
Because the two of them are already rich.
So who won?
oh, it's
Kendrick.
Kendrick. Kendrick won by a landslide.
Is it a landslide?
Not by a landslide, but I think for
I think it was a
a
landslide.
landslide,
But Drake listeners are saying that he
Congrats to them.
because Drake has a cult fan base.
Yep.
The
And it's a
OVO
bigger fan base.
And he has a bigger fan base. So I don't think it will damage him in the long run. He will just have a hiatus.
I don't think Drake is ever going to be damaged by beef. He's too big an artist.
He's too big
He's too big
of an artist. But
Like this thing is for sport.
and the people who said,
For sports.
who were really cheering for Drake to be defeated, are the people that never liked him, the hardcore rap fans.
Yep.
Who now jumped on Kendrick.
And even
said,
the hardcore rap fans still wanted. They kind of wanted him to win. The person I saw that blew my mind, that wanted Drake to win was what's the name of this OG? Yeah, he's this guy.
Who?
You know this guy now on Twitter?
Who's that?
Um,
American.
no, he's Nigerian. He's Nigerian. He's this guy. He's one of these guys that
Chairman.
talk about. No, he talks about rap a lot. Nigerian guy. I remember his name. He wanted Drake to win. I was surprised I didn't want Drake to win.
Well, it was entertaining for the 4 weeks in Iran. Or
I
6
think
weeks.
that was the most interesting thing in global rap music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of
Yeah.
the biggest beats we've seen in history
Yeah.
of.
I think it is the biggest, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
In history.
I think the only thing that they say, oh, Pac and Big was because it led to their deaths.
Yeah.
And that has
And that's kind of.
But in terms of back and forth, because Biggie didn't really.
But even in terms of impact, the Pac and Biggie one is bigger than this.
the
Drake
long term impact
The
of
long
it, but
is- yeah.
in
This is
like
just for
Melody,
sport and entertainment.
in the 4 weeks,
In terms of the
they
art,
produced
in terms of the
10 they
art.
produced 10 tracks,
Yeah.
Like the back to back, bro.
The art of rapping,
and the quality of the music never dropped.
it
once.
never dropped once. They
Even
were-
even ASAP self chop.
You know, that's one of the things I saw, the small xenophobia I saw, or the small barbelé I saw in the beef. Like, everybody that had a ground against Drake were like, yeah, we're jumping on Kendrick's back, and we're attacking.
So
attacking.
that's not unexpected. When you are the big dog,
Yeah.
everybody's going to come.
I saw names that I couldn't believe, like Rose, ASAP.
But so another problem is when you are the big dog,
Everyone
people
wants to
tend to
take
have
you
a
down.
grouse against you.
You remember Jay-Z told him this thing on that
Yeah,
song?
on Big Brother. No, not Big Brother.
Not Big Brother. I've forgotten that song.
On
his first album.
light off,
Lighters off or light off.
light off or something.
Jay-Z predicted what will happen to Drake.
He told him not.
He told
Drake.
this side that
Yes,
goes to come
I told
at
him.
you.
He told him.
This side that goes
Yeah,
to
he
come at
he
you.
told him. He told him.
Well, you know.
On that first album, what's the title of that album again?
So Far Gone?
No,
No. Thank me later.
no.
Are you
Is
sure
it
not
Thank Me Later?
Yeah, I think it's
Thank Me Later. Yeah. Thank Me
Yeah.
Later.
Entertaining, sure. Entertainment.
Like, in my opinion, I like the fact that the two of them went at it.
It was good for the space. It was
I know
good
that
it was good
they've been
entertainment.
dissing each other for
Yeah, they've been
too
laid up
long.
back and forth since 2 months.
Subliminals here and there.
Yeah, too
Like
much.
let's go straight to the let's go to
For
it.
10 years.
Like
For
let's
10
talk
years.
about it. Let's have that
When are you
conversation.
people going to get to it?
I thought they even passed. Like, they're never going to.
I thought they were not going to. Even jammed. Did you see Joe Budden?
It
Joe
was
Budden
this
was so
song.
happy.
It was this song across it. First person
First,
shooter.
no, I don't think he was the first person shooter.
I think it
Because
was.
they said Kendrick was meant to be on it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Then he put back.
He
That would have
decided
been a
he was-
moment, sha.
Yeah, they said he was meant to be on it. That's the
But I
word.
also think that when two like superstars are supposed to be on a song, it now sometimes it takes away the fun of the song because one person's trying to do the better verse,
Yeah.
call back
That's why
verse,
Drake,
no call back
Drake
verse.
pedaled a bit for J. Cole to do what he did on first person shooter.
Yeah.
It's always like somebody wants to,
J. Cole destroyed.
J. Cole is not a human being.
Oh my god.
That dreadlock, I think, he's not normal.
Oh, when he went.
What is holding J. Cole back is that if you remove that dread, you go full man. Is that Rasta thing that's keeping him out?
Well, I don't want to hear that nigga do any wish a nigga would raps again in life.
No.
Not in this life or the
Yeah,
next. I don't
because
want
I
to
won't
hear
lie.
that.
J.
Because
Cole.
Yeah.
when I saw J. Cole on stage, I'm like,
apologize,
bro,
I'm like,
is this what Nas would do? Is this what
You didn't just let Nas down. You let Nas burn, nigga.
But I think that was the right thing to do, to be honest.
Congrats to you.
In my opinion,
Not
You know
I
why?
feel like a lot of times.
You know why? Because
You people just want the entertainment
I think-
Congrats.
as people's
Before I used to
detriment.
bet that-
He's not that guy.
No.
Congrats. But Melody, listen. AOT, sorry. So, hip hop is contact sport.
you must touch somebody.
Do you understand? It is sport. If you are going to come out and say, I am the best, when someone calls your name,
You must be ready to
can't run.
defend it. You must be ready.
Do you understand? This nigga has been on a streak for like 4 years.
This guy be killing
Killing
features.
everything in sight. And on like this nigga went on Drake's own song, First Person Shooter, and said, who's number one? Is it Kendrick? He said it was me. Now maybe on Drake feature your song, you say now maybe the number one. You even went on Lil Yachty's show when Lil Yachty was trying to say something. You said, no, I killed that nigga on his own song. You reiterated, you wanted the number one spot.
He wanted the smoke.
So if you want the number one spot, you can't pull out. Now, I get the human part of you pulling out.
Yeah.
I get it. But the rap
For you to be good, you have to be a killer.
Do you understand?
You must be ready
The
to
reason
kill.
why this thing is going to take Kendrick's reps into another stratosphere.
God level.
Another stratosphere. Now, the sad part of it, though, for Kendrick is, which a lot of people are going to have problems with, is it came at a time when Kendrick needed hype.
Yeah.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
That last album, like Drake was putting
It
out,
didn't go.
bro.
Yeah.
It didn't go.
Yeah.
It didn't go.
Yeah.
Right? He needed something that would he needed a spark.
Yeah.
And
Booster.
immediately they said, you are meant to be on first position. I said, huh? Me? Fuck your niggas. He waited for them to release it.
Enjoy
and
the
like,
accolades.
and the problem that I have with it is, for such a calculative guy, which is Drake, I think he underestimated Kendrick.
I think it was a bit
little
emotional with him.
I think he underestimated Kendrick. a
Because
little
I feel like a lot of, and I think that when people talk about Kendrick's music, there's always this jab where they say that, oh, Kendrick does.
It's too mechanical.
Yeah, he's too mechanical.
mechanical.
He does music about saving
it
black
can be
people.
mechanical, yeah.
His music is not interesting. So I don't think Drake.
But so, a little bit of history, which AOT knows and you know some of. Kendrick and Drake, the history that they have doesn't really have much to do with the two of them, in my opinion. There's an article that was on across the I can't remember across the something some years ago, where some guy broke down why Drake is never going to want to impress the rap audiences.
Yeah. After doing two great albums, you sent it to me. He did two great albums, and Grammy said, "Fuck you."
The one he made that he won best rap album for, rap niggas were saying it wasn't a rap album.
It was an R&B album.
An R&B album, right? So he vexed and went and made Nothing Was the Same, which is a fantastic rap album. Unfortunately for him, Good Kid, Mad City was released in the same calendar year. Unfortunately for him, Makumo dropped in the same career in the same calendar year. Makumo is a white man who made hits from making rap music.
Obviously, it was
now
good to him.
they now nominated the three of them in the best rap album category. Drake feels he had made a rap album, but the problem was hip hop niggas loved Good Kid, Mad City more than they loved Nothing Was the Same.
Good Kid, Mad is a
Do you understand?
bonafide
It's
classic.
that album, right? Now, everybody expects Kendrick to win because, let's be honest, it was the best album in that category. Drake didn't like that. The second part of the problem now, when Makumo now wins, shockingly for everybody, Makumo goes on stage. It's your witchcraft. Makumo goes on stage and was apologizing to Kendrick.
Yeah, apologizing to
After he was
everybody.
apologizing.
I think they're like, "Shut up, you won, go home."
You won, go home. You understand? Drake hated the fact that nobody mentioned his name. Everybody was mentioning Kendrick's name. And it also didn't help him that Kendrick had a legendary performance with Imagine Dragons that night.
Which he later said him about.
Thank you very much. Right? So, Drake hated it. And that was moments where Drake felt like he was never going to be accepted by rap niggas, which wasn't his fault. Rap niggas were never going to accept him. And then Kendrick was now getting to another stratosphere.
Black
Drake
Messiah.
hates what Kendrick represents.
That
Kendrick
black-
hates what
black-
Drake
black-
represents.
black-
Drake hates the fact that this nigga makes the type of music that nobody should be listening to, but he's making hits of them.
Kendrick
Drake
hates the
Kendrick hates
populism
the
of
fact
Drake.
the populism of Drake. So they hate each other. Right?
Things they can't have.
And Drake hates the fact that I put you on. Why are you trying to come
Yeah,
at my
put you
head?
on my album
I
first,
put you
so-
on. Why are you coming at my head? And Kendrick like, fuck you, nigga. I'm better than you. I want to take the throne. So they have been going back at it. Now, Drake won a beef with Meek Mill along the way. I think this is Kendrick's first highly publicized beef. I think people have been kind of scared to go at him.
It's like the Eminem.
They've kind of been scared to go at him.
At who now?
At Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Yeah. Yes.
He's kind of scared to go at him. That guy went on Control, killed Big Sean on his own song. Big Sean didn't say
People
a
have
word.
been going at Drake for
No,
a
Big Sean is I think Big Sean is very roadkill. Like, if you want to just take shot, just take shot.
Just take shots. and everybody moves on.
Big
You
Sean just trying
understand?
to enjoy his life.
And I
with his
think,
journey.
as another person,
break.
I think Kendrick hates Big Sean. I think Kendrick hates Big Sean.
Because on this song, Be Humble,
Yeah.
my left stroke,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
a Big Sean diss.
He hates Big Sean. I don't know what Big Sean did to him. I think it was
Maybe
because...
Jenny Aiko. Maybe because he wanted to, Jenny Aiko was cool with black people for a while. I maybe Kendrick was
And
toasting
they're
now.
California people.
Yeah.
I think, my opinion is, I think when them... Kendrick and Big Sean kind of, at the same time, they were... And I think people were comparing him to Kendrick.
So they didn't
And you know someone like Kendrick, it's like 5'7", Napoleon syndrome choke. So a short man, we are good, fuck you. So I think that's part of why. So this one, by the way, I think Drake underestimated him a little bit.
too much.
I think it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it.
And I,
Sorry, Melody.
Yes, no.
Because after Kendrick dropped like that, Drake wasn't too confident when he dropped push-ups. Let's be honest.
Yeah, because
He wasn't
he
too
went back to retweak the. He was giving.
He wasn't too
He
confident.
dropped a version that was not CD quality.
Yeah,
He was like.
he wasn't too confident. He wasn't dropped like a Lucy.
He was
And
testing
like,
the waters.
Yeah, but then when some people liked it and lapped it up, he put it on just
Yeah.
DSPs. Now, where Kendrick won the beef part 1, where Drake now dropped Taylor Made. That Taylor Made is a fantastic song, bro.
But those guys just
All the songs
they
were.
were really good.
Fire songs.
And let's not forget that the time frame.
Like, how?
I will wait. You drop it in the middle of the night. I will wake up. I'm like, what's going
It took
on?
months for Nas to drop it.
Omo.
Back then.
These guys are dropping it in real time.
The answer
Time.
because they'll just say you've lost and the people
Omo. Even Takeover. How long before Takeover came out after
You were even
it?
giving us visuals.
Takeover came first before you.
Before, I mean, the one that was on the album.
Takeover came out before you.
Takeover came out before it, yeah.
I'm just like, how are you? What is this work rate? To be
But
honest,
that
But
wasn't
you know
even
what?
the problem.
Great MCs always have something in the tank for every adversary. So when they're ready to pull out,
No, I don't think they had it.
some of those bars were really pretty too. Some of those
I don't
bars were
disagree, Tolani. I don't disagree.
Some of those bars were already
I do
pretty.
not disagree.
That Imagine Dragon line, I knew that nigga was sitting on that line for a while.
I'd not
They
disagree
had-
because look at
You
the
think?
work rate.
they had like bars for
No,
themselves.
but I don't.
I,
They had
I
bars
agree.
for them. They had bars
I
for
have to
themselves.
agree.
I don't know. But
It's the way they work.
it's very possible.
Very
It's very possible. Now, that nigga was not baiting Homeboy. He was baiting him. Oh, come out.
Yeah, and
If
Academy
that
was doing
nigga-
day one.
If
No
that
Kendrick
nigga, if
response.
he had dropped that Euphoria song in the middle of that problem, he would have lost. Because Taylor Swift dropped that week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He knew now.
He knew, and that was why
Which Drake also mentioned that
Drake
Jason
also
for the
mentioned, yeah,
Swifties.
he's the biggest gangster in the game now.
Yes,
If Kendrick had dropped it, he would have lost. So Drake underestimated it. So if Kendrick waited, dropped it on his own terms, on his own accord, Drake was now. But my opinion is someone leaked. Kendrick knew Family Matters was coming.
Yeah, he knew.
He knew Family Matters was coming.
But Drake was also saying that there's a
There's a
mole.
leak. Yeah, I think there's a leak. in
Yeah,
audio.
his team is too large.
I think there's a leak somewhere. I don't know where it is coming from. And the reason why I think so is the
But Drake
Family
was claiming
Matters.
like he planted the leak.
Meet the Grahams was already uploaded. It just wasn't released.
Yeah,
It was uploaded.
they knew what was
They knew what was coming. And they knew the content of what was coming. Because there is no way, like, why would I record it and put it online? Because the only reason I know is when this guy drops it, I'm
This
going
one
to drop
cover
it.
it.
I know, because of the fact that Drake was also shot a video.
So it must have leaked during that process.
Someone must
dropped
have
in
leaked
their
it.
hand. Yeah, they shot
That's
a
what
video for
happens.
it.
Giving us visuals, guys.
That's what happened. So when he dropped Meet the Grahams, like, Family Matters is such a good song. It pains me so much.
Bro,
Family Matters
he took
is
out
such a good song.
everybody.
Family
Everybody.
Matters is such a good song.
He smoked everybody.
But guys, I feel like even with the work rate, like when we talk about Afrobeat and we talk about how like even hip hop has influenced all these genres, we don't
But
give.
it actually took a long time to come
It
out.
took a long time. But also know that I think around that period, his mom was sick, his mom died or something.
Yeah.
And there was no social media then.
Yeah.
So everyone was
There
waiting
was no
for.
pressure.
We know that
Coming.
Nas is going to drop. Don't worry.
And it was going to be an event anytime it dropped. And
Bro.
it was an event.
Nas.
I-
Jay-Z had to run to France.
I
for
feel like
education.
when people talk about
Jay-Z still said some things later.
He
but
said one
there were
more.
some
He said
subliminals,
he does
yeah.
when Nas snitch on
Yeah.
Nas's baby mama
Yeah.
having sex with
Yeah. There's
Alena
some
Versus.
subliminals.
But people don't say, Baba, no
we
worry.
don't.
Baba, just they go house.
Ita was too heavy.
Ita is Baba, they
Ita
go
was
house.
too heavy.
They go house.
So I don't. That Meet the Grahams neutralized.
Everything.
He
And I
neutralized.
think Drake just knew that, oh, man, this will not pass my power.
Neutralized Drake. And then it didn't help that Drake was now saying, "Oh, we planted my nigga."
You lost, you lost. Nobody cares.
If you planted it, that's the first thing you would have said after Meet the Grahams came out.
Yes, no.
no, but in that's what I'm trying to say. That
I think
feel-
another thing that shocked him was how quickly the game turned on
Get
him.
more.
on who now
Everybody-
on Drake.
On Drake.
No, but
Like
Drake,
a lot of people that he has given like his to were like
Hits.
they're taking jabs at him.
they were taking
Some of
jabs
their
at him.
first hits as well.
It was so bad that a lot of top executives in hip hop were publicly tweeting that they wanted Drake to lose, which is wild. That's the xenophobic aspect of it. That's why people
said
say,
xenophobic?
yeah, that
Some
said,
people said it
oh,
was because it was not American.
yeah,
And it
the
was
threat saying
pure
he's not
bad.
American, he's not part of us, it's all that, everything. I'm
To be
like,
honest, I think that when it comes to this rap conversation, when it comes to Drake respect and all of that, I think that people respect Drake because of the numbers that he has done and the success of his
guess
rap
what?
music.
No,
I don't
Drake
think that
is an elite rapper. Though.
I don't think that people respect his rap as a rapper. I feel like the OGs,
If you listen-
the OGs just
if you listen
respect his
properly.
success, but they still have this skepticism and they
I
still
think-
have
I
this.
think
They still make this
I-
snide remarks like, "Oh,
I
he's
think-
not really a hardcore
so,
rapper.
it's
He's
a-
just
it's a-
blue because of the girl." Is
Do you know Caitlin Clark?
yes, I
The
do.
biggest, that's American.
the American, the
basketball
white
girl.
team,
Yes, I do.
yeah.
Like now, everybody wants her to fail because she's straight and
Oh
she's
yeah,
white.
with too much success, everybody wants
Yeah,
to like,
everybody
guys,
wants to
get the
fail.
fuck out. Nobody
Because
cares.
she's white and she's straight. Do you understand? Like when you don't represent the norm in any particular place, people just want you to fail, especially when you are really good at what you do. Is the truth, right? Drake is very good at rapping.
Yep, I think he's really
I don't want to
good.
hear anything.
He's so
Drake-
he's so good.
Yeah, that's what I don't
Excellent
hear.
at rap.
Just agree, say the boy
He's
is bad.
fantastic.
Drake bad. I don't
Stop all
want
this
to. Even
other-
this track that we're all saying the track was lost. If he had dropped at part 6 on an album, we would have as 3 p.m. in Inglewood, we would have said it was a great track or a great rap song. That's what we would have said. So I don't want to hear anything about that. He lost because of strategy. The two of them spun mod a lot. And it just happens that Kendrick spun the bigger mod and then put a hit on top of it.
What's the bigger mod?
the daughter thing, that was true or not true.
But
It's stuck.
Silence family matters.
See, you don't need to come
But
with the
Drake
truth.
is saying that it's not true.
Nobody
You don't,
cares.
you don't need to come out with the truth. If the lie works,
It's
works.
more entertaining. And it came at a time when he silenced Drake. Nobody cares.
People now started doing theory on
And
social
then
media,
not
Oh,
looking
like
for the
us.
child.
AOT, not like us. Just
Oviho.
the moment I heard pa pa pa, I'm like, oh fuck.
Fuck, it's time to go home.
Yeah, man. But entertaining, Sha. Was
It
entertaining.
was really entertaining. And shout out to J. Cole for stepping out. I mean, I know
Why
that.
you did?
Let me tell you something. A lot of times, when you people are entertaining, let me say my beats, please. When people are doing all these your rap conversations, you people just like the violence. You people just like.
We don't
the-
like violence.
It's not violent. It's the competition.
No, you like
It's
the,
the competition.
No, you people like when somebody is giving energy of bang, 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 bang,
Yes,
bang.
no.
That's how people are applauding Odumodu now. Yeah, this is Odumodu song now. He has chased Olufumi. This Olufumi now this is Dagaram. Now you go take chase Olufumi. You're supposed to be begging the girl to come, but you don't use Dagger chase her.
Nah, so
The girl will come back. Do you know why?
until she
Melody,
messages
do
you,
you know-
until she tells you, hey, big head,
AOT,
2 a.m.
what are you doing?
What you doing?
WYD.
You know, say pull up. You know, how they go now.
When
Melody,
Kendrick
no,
said,
they...
when Kanye said, if I with WID, you say, with a big devil, you say, eh. Do you understand?
Melody know as this is
Like-
they go. She does a form one
Melody.
thing.
Melody, have you sent a WID before?
What's WY?
Or
What
the
you
eye
doing,
emoji.
nigga?
You know what I kills with that eye emoji? Those two eye emoji.
On a Friday
At
night.
3 a.m. Suliya.
Suliya.
Go and sleep. Don't let Koji kill you.
So for us, for we have an interesting segment as part of our Shivers thing.
Now, wow. What's the segment?
And our segment is called Arise We Rise, right?
Arise,
AOT,
arise.
Arise We Rise.
Arise, we rise.
It's a campaign for the Shivers XP,
Okay.
right? Who's the one person that has helped you, AOT, in your career? Someone that uplifted you unconditionally.
Oh, I think you know the person. That's Osagi Olonge now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like give you like an opportunity.
really?
Yeah. If you say over the course of my career, I'll say it's Osagi. But if they are like
Course of your career, yes.
they are like singular episodes where somebody has given me like a through pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, helped take me to the next level.
No, but
Yeah.
over the course of your career, like who's the one?
It's definitely Osagi.
Why? But I would have said you gave him a true pass at some point.
So that's
as well.
that's the story now. Because
Yeah.
anybody who knows the story, if you don't know the story, go and find it somewhere.
I tell us the story now.
Okay. You go taste one, bro.
But just round it up.
How
Give
did
us
you
the
meet
story.
Osags?
Oh, that's wonderful. So there was a radio show called Club Rockaway, Club Rockaway. I think it was called Club Rockaway on Ripper,
Jesus Christ.
right? 100.5 FM. And the host was called HNIC Dr. G. This is how hip hop it is. And this guy used to play hip hop like every Saturday night, late in the night. And this is where records were not even rap singles. These were like underground rap singles. This is where hip hop, they carry hip hop for head, like say, we they sell bread. So years later, when I now joined Hip Hop World magazine, the guy started a monthly event just for hip hop heads, where you come and perform and everything. That's the first place I ever saw Ice Prince. The first event I went for was in is it Gateway Hotel, somewhere between Lagos and Ogun State. MI performed, Ice Prince performed, some other people performed. So later I now found a more permanent venue somewhere in Ikeja, after Underbridge or Bakran. And me being the hip hop journalist, I was carrying on for my head. So when people came, I was taking pictures. I didn't know who these people were. I just started taking pictures, and I put it up on my Facebook.
What phone were you taking the pictures with?
No, it was I had a small camera.
Okay.
Yeah, and there was a picture I took of two guys, but it was they were facing back, so I didn't see their faces. But they wore rucksacks, like true hip hop fashion, like Kanye West. And I snapped it and I now put it on my Facebook and said, "Oh, two hip hop heads at Club Rockaway." I don't know how Osage saw it. Osage said, "These are not hip hop heads. This is Osage, me, and Feko, the rapper." And from there we started following each other.
Like, this is Feko, that guy.
Yeah, this is Feko. Yeah, that's him Feko. And we just started following each other, talking about hip hop, yada yada yada. That time Osage was still a rapper, I don't know how people Osage was a rapper.
Osage was a rapper.
Yeah,
Featured
then
on a Headies winning album.
yes. Then I left hip hop world. Then the next Bayeni, who is also an alumni of that Smooth Promotions hip hop world thing, he already had the net and he needed like somebody who could be writing stories, basically just writing stories, basically uploading stories to the website. And he said, oh, he couldn't hire me because of my connection to hip hop world, because of don't want any counter.
Pitching.
So I now said, oh, there's this
I'm a
guy
poacher.
called Osage, and Osage was blogging on his side. He had like Rhymesville, and I said, there's a guy that does like Rhymesville. He's good at this, and I think I connected both of them, and everybody knows Osage from the net and everything, and it was chill. I later started writing for the net on
Reviews.
part-time basis, reviews and all that. Steve Dede later was in the story.
In the courts.
In the courts, in the mix.
courts. Then I later came back to hip hop world, but they already had Hip TV. So when Hip TV was about to be established, I was part of like the first people they hired. A lot of the programming, TV scheduling, I was the one behind that, scripting and all that. I wanted to say, okay, I want to. So I think I went to Osage's office to deliver something. I can't remember what I wanted to deliver. Or maybe I wanted to collect my check. I don't know. Osage now said, oh, let me escort you outside. And Osage know they escort anybody outside. Because work choke. And I said, he now told me that he's moving to Pulse. And I already knew Pulse then. I'm like, okay, that's not bad. That he was going to be editor-in-chief, that his plan is to take like me along and everything. I was fine. Because me already even resigned then from
Hip Hop
TV.
World. Oh.
Yeah, from Hip TV. And I think I waited like a month or
Wait,
2
you
months.
worked at Hip TV as well, not just Hip Hop World.
Yeah, I worked at. So when I came back, I worked at Hip TV because there was no more hip hop world at that time.
Yeah.
So Hip TV was moving from just a TV program into a fully fledged TV station
TV
on
station.
DStv. And he now told me he's going to bring me along. I said okay, and I think I waited for like 1 month or 2 months. I wanted to just said, "Omo, come to the office. This white guy is going to interview you and everything."
Is that Rich?
No, that was Leo.
Okay.
I got there. Leo was asking me questions. I was answering. Now said, "What's your?" He now Googled my name. I now said, "Okay." He even increased my salary there. Like, okay. And before you know, I started off Pulse, and everybody knows the story of Pulse and everything.
Yeah.
So that's how. So
That's
yeah.
how they met.
So that's how everything. The Steve Dede later came along.
Now became 3 wise men.
And Pulse now became very notoriously known for breaking people's asses. Yeah.
Let's
God-
not go into that story, please.
God forgive us for those days. Yeah.
What?
That's real hip hop. That's real entertainment journalism back then.
Yeah, that was
Actually,
really entertaining.
Yes.
I
So that's-
agree.
there's
This
I
artist
agree.
and this artist caught in sizzling romance.
I agree. That was a moment.
We don't like your album, so that fine, it's gone.
It's gone.
Nobody
Go asleep.
If manager don't like it, now your business.
Congrats.
It's don't call us for event. You don't send. We send at your event.
I can't even lie. Osage.
Is Osage the GOAT culture journalist?
I think for our own set, he is the good culture
Yeah.
journalist because
But
the
who is-
net.
Who is the overall GOAT, let's say in the modern era? I think it's Ayeni.
Ayeni will be, but I think Femi Akintunde Johnson Fudge. There's a man called Fudge.
I know Fudge.
He was the one that gave RMD the name RMD.
Yeah.
I seen the abbreviation.
Yeah.
Was the one.
Ooh.
Oyeka when Elegant Stallion.
Yeah.
He was the one.
Yeah.
Like
Ooh.
yeah.
I know Fudge, but I would say Ayeni because
But Ayeni is a go-to.
I think
Ayeni is
Ayeni is
good.
the
Ayeni is a
I
good.
would say Ayeni because
The
Ayeni,
impact. The impact.
yeah, and the longevity of the impact.
Yeah, and
So-
what he's doing in the media space
Thank you
now.
very much.
And
he
what
has
the impact
evolved.
has even done, and what
Yeah.
even
Like-
the
And
impact
the people
has
that
done
came through
in the
on
media
that-
space.
Exactly.
Yes,
The
the
tree.
impact. Yes,
The
the tree,
tree.
the branches that
But
the
you
tree.
know another bigger tree?
Who?
Ayani Marshall. Because if you know the people,
Ayeni is Ayeni Marshall Street.
If you're more,
Efe
It's
Ayani
Ayani
Marshall
Marshall Street,
Street.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I
big
agree.
people came, even
Ayani Marshall.
from people in front of the TV camera.
Yes, I agree.
It's him.
Ayani Marshall,
And him
yes.
entering headies again.
Yeah.
Now we've had many
So,
goats.
but
yeah.
can we call him a journalist?
He started off as a journalist because he used to work in Ovation,
Yeah,
which was the biggest
I know,
celebrity
I
magazine
know.
then.
Yes,
I know.
yes.
Then he now became more of all that and
curator.
he now became a true curator. I think
Curator.
it was the first example of a curator
curator.
of the culture.
It
Yeah.
became more like Fat Fan, what's his name?
Oh,
Def Jam founder.
Russell.
Russell.
Yes,
Became more
yes,
like
yes.
Russell.
Yes. And a lot of people don't know, like, the guy took a lot of
Things.
heat
Yeah.
for
That's
Nigerian
what he
And
hip
Hip Hop
hop.
World magazine was that shit.
Bro, there was a time that
Guy.
Nigerian breweries was the biggest spender in the entertainment industry.
Guy.
And Ion went, they were advertising on his magazine,
Yeah.
but he would call out artists that were working with them. And he was taking heat for it, but he was doing it for the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a time when Idris was the biggest artist in the country. He
Yep.
put Idris and Maintain on the cover and
Yeah.
said, they're not hip hop.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Yes.
I dare any editor
to do it.
today
Do that.
to put whiskey in front of the cover and say he's not keeping it real. I dare you.
And say he's not Afrobeat.
You take it, bro. 24 hours, you take it down. And Ayo was doing that. He was fighting for like the true representation of the culture.
Yeah.
And bro,
Ayo
And
is
honest,
one-
and
Ayo
like
is definitely
saying
one-
the story
Ayo
that
is
everybody
one of
wants
the
to say.
goats.
yeah.
Especially in the modern era because it branched into TV. Hedis is still the number one shit.
Whether you
Yes,
like it or
whether I
not.
like it or not.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
still the
Yes.
number
Yes.
one.
But I would lean more towards Ayeni.
No, instead of like, oh, the breaking of stories.
Of
and
the
everything.
stories, like
Yeah.
and then the style, whatever the style of pop culture journalism, what it became is an anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ayeni was
The voice,
great
the
writer.
style, great writer, all of that.
Ayeni will tell you
Digital
that.
era.
Ayeni is so funny
Victory.
that celebrities should know that they've done something bad.
Yeah.
And they'll call him that, Ayeni, this is what I did do. Please don't write about it. It's fine. It's fine.
Knock you.
Call Osage, knock him. When the artist now say, Baba, no, it's not me. Osage, I don't know Osage. It's not my. Gives a fuck. That's what gave us the
The
audacity and tenacity to say, fuck. When you go through a hip hop world and go through the net, you will not look at any artist and say, what? Like, who are you? How is he go vex?
Yeah.
And we've all gone through. We've all had incidents where we went against the biggest people in the country. And people were like, whoa, and we're like, fuck
It's
it.
balls, man.
It's balls.
Yeah.
But to be very honest, I feel like shout out to like INA and Ayomide Tayo for the work that they did and
Fudge is a
and
powerful
Fudge
name.
and
God
all those guys.
damn.
But for you know when we talk about modern Afrobeat and we say things
Where
like
is he now?
Let me
Fudge?
finish my train of thoughts.
He does it like a radio show. That's the best I know. He does like a radio show. I follow him on Instagram. He does like a radio show. Sha.
Sorry.
Anyways, what I was trying to say is that when we're talking about like modern Afrobeat and we say things like them Wizkid, Burna, Davido and give them credit for it. I feel like when we talk about like journalism and talk about the culture and we talk about the impact, I will always, maybe as a youngin or as someone who like I will always give credit to, Osage, Steve, and AOT. I call them the three wise men of the culture because I will never forget the impact that Loose Talk had in me.
Yeah.
Like the impact is like whenever I used to put my ears to hear what they were saying. I would literally be on my bed and be arguing with my friends like, no, this is not what they did.
What's the name of that OG that's not in the UK, man? Bayo.
Bayo Mishore too.
Bayo
He
Mishore.
was the time I was reading Hip Hop World magazine. It was his name I was looking for because Baba did right down.
They right.
That's my. We never had he never had like a direct contact of him putting me through.
Yeah.
But just the standard.
reading
he
the
said.
Standard
I
set.
knew what to
and
expect.
The hip hop knowledge
Bro,
of Bayo Mishore
bro.
is not from this
And
world.
there's so many others. Bayo Mishore, James Silas.
James Silas, shout out to James Silas.
Bro, there are just too many.
Chairman.
Chagoze, wonderful writer.
Jide Tayo.
Jide Taiwo too.
Jide Taiwo.
That the
Brilliant.
same generation.
All
I think
of
your
them the same
generation
generation.
had I think your generation
Mad
was the last
impact though,
generation.
yeah.
That, my generation was not.
I think because there wasn't a focus on the aspect of writing anymore. It was more of like content curation. So now you have the likes of 49th Street and the others who are doing a wonderful job, but there's a lack of editorial voice.
Yeah. I think my generation still even tried. I think
Bro, you're doing
my
stories.
generation still tried.
There are stories I'm
The
looking
generation
for.
after me.
Oh, bro.
Yes.
There are stories I'm looking for.
It's like, okay.
There are stories I'm looking for. Nobody has written them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
hype men are not the biggest vocalists in Afrobeat.
Yeah.
I can't see a definitive article on that.
I mean, Adeayo is trying, but there's only so
No,
much.
Adeayo
ground.
is
There's only
because-
so much ground. they
do you
can
know why? Do you know Adeayo is trying? Because he comes from that lineage.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
comes from that lineage.
Thank you.
So he knows how to. He needs to uphold that
The
legacy.
culture.
Even the stories around DJs, we need someone to tell those stories.
Bro,
Like, thank you. So I think that's part of the problem. There's not a lot of people that come from true journalism to put other people through it. Like,
Yeah.
I was writing before I got to Pulse, but Pulse was when I realized that what I wanted to do was actual journalism.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, I remember I got to Pulse the first time, and on a Monday morning, Osags was, I don't know what was pissing Osags off. I can't even remember. And Osags pointed to me and said, "So, first day I just resumed. I don't know if you
remember.
what's the story? What's the story that you have for us? Maybe say my blood they hot before I come Pulse.
What did I say?
Calm. I don't write the story before I come. Right? Ask you to.
What did the segment say?
I,
so that time, Motolani write 3,000 words.
I was ready.
I mean, I was ready for you.
I was ready.
He will write the 3,000. I mean,
Those two will chop it down.
nicely cut
I look at you like, who is this guy?
Like
You
what?
start
chopping my
like,
stories down.
Like what's going on?
Calm down, Mr. Man. You burn out. Calm down.
But,
And the funny thing, Tolani even took that right into thread on Twitter.
no.
You've given us 1,500 words.
But,
And like
AOT
kilo
but
day.
knowing like you guys really helped. I said it on the podcast
Yeah.
recently. Like that's an incredible part.
And
of
I also
my
think
life.
that another thing that, just to speak on this journalism thing and people saying that culture, they.
And you're also a goat in your own right.
Please rest. Let's not do that.
the mic.
I want
All
to
right.
say something. Can we not do
Okay,
this?
No, let's
Please?
give you your
No,
flowers.
I don't
Collect your
want. I don't
flowers
want,
now.
please. What I want to say is that another thing that people do not talk about enough when we're talking about this, there are not enough people doing the storytelling, maybe like the last breed or whatever, dying breed or whatever. You guys also forget the pressure that these young people are under now, people that are coming up. There's
yes,
so
mad
much
pressure.
pressure from people for them to say stories the way they want them to say it.
And that's
There's also wait now. Let me be done, Tolani. Please don't interrupt.
Okay, sorry.
Me. There's so much pressure. When young journalists write stories now, people are coming there to criticize them because you don't like what they said or you don't like how they spoke about your artist. So it's like, let the journalists do their job. Stop trying to dictate and stop trying to dictate to media. Stop trying to gag
agree with
media.
that.
Stop trying to
agree with
insult
that.
people.
I agree
I
with
see people
that.
insulting young journalists a lot on social media, and it's
agree
so
with that.
wrong.
But those people are never going to stop. You understand?
They did it to you.
No, it's not even about doing it to me. That's never going to stop. It's the journalist's
Job.
to learn
But it's
boldness.
tiring
And I
now.
think the problem with a lot of journalists, there's a reason why Tayo is the only bold one now. Maybe him and a few others. And another problem is a lot of platforms are also not about truth telling anymore.
I was about to say that. Like the
Only a few are about
sometimes when I
truth-telling.
see
It's
people
about
write certain
agenda.
things, I'll be like, wait, why are you saying this? Now?
Everybody,
You know this is not
all
true.
these media companies are content marketing companies now. They're not doing journalism anymore.
Sorry, also, in terms of journalists, I want to give a shout out to Dennis and Emmanuel.
Shout out to Dennis.
Those boys.
Emmanuel Daraloye.
No, not
Which one?
Dennis
Oh,
and Betty.
Esom
Like
Nofo.
that, okay,
Esom
yeah.
Nofo.
Those two
Esom
guys.
Nofo is doing well.
Their pen
Yeah.
game is actually mad.
Shout
Those
out to Dennis.
Those are the new custodians
I'm
of the
very
culture.
proud of Dennis
Yeah.
at OK Africa.
Yeah.
Dennis is doing really well.
Yeah.
But Dennis is
Dennis is in OK Africa.
Dennis is OK Africa, yeah.
Yeah.
There are some young people that are still writing. There's this boy, Akin Tomide at Zikoko. He's giving a different idea of what entertainment journalism is at
I'll check him
Zikoko.
out.
Yeah, I think you know him. The boy, Zikoko has never been, they never really mastered the culture part of it. They were more about the counterculture part of it in terms of Nigerian entertainment. But he's keeping it real and is doing what he's doing. I mean, I'm not seeing a lot of critical opinions, but I can understand. I fuck with it.
Where editor call you that? Do you know these people that give us $10,000?
Exactly.
Bro,
Shout out to
like
Flop.
the art. I think it's majorly that the problem is that the art of honesty in this
I
storytelling
wanted to jam talk.
don't. The art of honesty in this storytelling can sometimes be better.
Yeah.
The honesty in the storytelling can be better.
Melody, round up now.
Okay. Melody roundup. We're done. We made it through the first episode. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget that.
Do you feel rusty?
Do I feel? Yes, I do. I feel very.
Yes, are you rusty? No, you're not
Like,
rusty.
it's like riding a bike.
I feel very rusty. But yeah, shout out to you for tuning in and
Thanks for
listening
pulling
to
up,
us.
Chief.
Yeah, no
Thank you so much, Afrobeat legend, for
beg,
coming
I beg,
AOT2.
You're an Afrobeat legend
I
now.
be disturbing Afrobeat AOT2 every day. God. But me go shy person. But yeah, so we're done. Don't forget to catch this episode live. It drops on Monday on YouTube, right?
Guys,
Yeah.
the episode drops on Monday, bright and early, on all
Bright and
streaming
early.
platforms, everywhere you get it. Any conversation that you missed here, you can get it on all the platforms that you get your podcast. Send us an email. Our email is going to be flashing across this on YouTube. Send us some fan mails. Let us know what you think about how we're coming back. Let us know your thoughts about the episode as well. Don't forget, this episode was brought to you by Shivers Regal. You can also hit us up. We are going to have some Shivers bottles to come out to some of you very soon. So let's go, guys. See you soon. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Peace out.